Hello and welcome to week 3 of the Dream Season presented by American Family Insurance. Alongside Mike Lucas, I'm Matt LePay, and today we turn back the clock all the way to last year. In September, the Big Ten opener, the Wisconsin Badgers and the Michigan Wolverines, because anytime you have a good day against Michigan Wolverines, it's fun to revisit. Doesn't matter if it's 1981 or 2019. And Mike, the previous year, the Badgers rolled into Ann Arbor, and Michigan was in the midst of what it called the revenge tour, as they were reeling off win after win. The Badgers didn't, to my knowledge, have any label going into 2019, but I would imagine they were eager for a shot to get Michigan back here in Madison.
And Matt, the one thing about that game in Ann Arbor, Wisconsin played very competitively in the first half. It was like 13-7. And then they just wore down under the attack. The Wolverines ran for like 320 yards. But they understood if they did certain things that they could put themselves in a position to have success against Michigan. And then I think it was only a matter of bolstering their confidence the way they just handled a couple of overmatched opponents to start the year. So they were riding pretty high in terms of momentum.
Yeah, you're right. Overmatched, probably the right word here. The Badgers did record shutouts in the first 2 games. And overmatched or not, though, it's hard to record shutouts in today's college football. But the Badgers had yet to give up a point entering the game against Michigan. And with that, let's get to today's U.S. Bank starting lineups. Winning starting lineups that includes Jonathan Taylor in the backfield is never a bad thing, but Mike, that offensive line, as is usually the case with Wisconsin, very good and a little extra beefy going into this one.
And what we're seeing, too, is the growth of some young players. You start on the right side of the O-line with Josh Schultzner and Logan Bruss. And I think they're feeling more comfortable in their roles. And when you mentioned the beef, we know that Paul Chryst for this game put in a hippo formation, which would take advantage of technically 8 offensive linemen. So you'd have Cone, Taylor, and Ferguson as your skill position players. And then you'd add Erdman and Moorman in the backfield set off. And the tight end, if we want to call him a de facto tight end, was Cormac Sampson, who had been an offensive lineman and then converted to a tight end, is now back being on the O-line. So this was a formation that they hadn't shown, and they were just looking to get, as you said, a little more beef out in front of JT.
Yeah, with an anchor like Tyler Biotish in that offensive line, you had a chance to have a very, very good day. And let's get to the opening kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Wisconsin Marching Band! Under the direction of Dr. Corey Pompey, and introducing Wisconsin drum major from Shorewood, Wisconsin, Justine Spohr. The Wisconsin Band. Welcome the Wolverines and their fans to the traditions and legacy of Camp Randall Stadium. This week's concert number was written by the English rock band The Zootons. Cover version by Mark Ronson featuring Amy Winehouse helped the chart gain mainstream popularity. This is Valerie. A great Wisconsin tradition as we salute our state and national heritage.
They better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
Doubles into the end zone! Wisconsin wins the Rose Bowl! Big Ten champion. Rod deep down the left sideline. And there it is.
You do not want him in your secondary.
Back-to-back Rose Bowl champions. Matt Shaver to Lee Evans. Ball is loose. Badgers have it. And this game is underway with a bang.
And the Wisconsin Badgers are Big Ten champions. Couple of the top 15 teams ready to go at each other here in Madison. Moody on the approach. Kick is in the air. Cruikshank waits for it, and he'll let it fly over his head for a touchback. And we are underway in Madison with the Badgers starting at their 25-yard line.
Jonathan Taylor's gone over 100 yards in each of his first 2 games against Michigan. Last year, 17 carries, 101. 2 years ago here in Camp Randall, 19 carries, 132 yards. The question we keep on posing questions is, can the Badgers get some balance on offense? Can they balance the run with the pass?
Yeah, and one of the things I'm going to be looking for today, if Michigan does a lot of stunting and slants, yes, there'll be some plays in the backfield, but that also opens up big opportunities for long runs.
Badgers come out, trips to the right, pistol formation with Taylor behind the quarterback, Jack Cohn. Kendrick Pryor motions left, a low snap and confusion on the handoff. Taylor wasn't there. Cohn just had to eat it, and he gets brought down by Josh Uche right at the line of scrimmage. Uche getting the start. One of the linebacking spots for Michigan. 2nd and 10 for the Badgers.
We figure one of the weapons the Badgers will try to utilize is jet sweep. They faked jet sweep there, but it was a busted play.
Kendrick Pryor comes out wide to the left. Danny Davis to the right. A.J. Taylor slot to the right. 2nd and 10 for Wisconsin from its own 25-yard line. Jonathan Taylor shifting to the right of the quarterback. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions to the left. Here's the handoff to Jonathan Taylor across the 25, bangs across the 30-yard line, up to the 32 on a gain of 7 yards. Jordan Glasgow, weak side linebacker, up to make the tackle, gain of 7. The Badgers have a 3rd and 3 at their own 32.
Really love the push there. A lot of push on the backside off the right tackle, moving the pile, and that allowed the cutback for JT to pick up 7.
And Ferguson, the tight end, got a good block on the middle linebacker, Josh Ross.
This Michigan defense has been top 5 material last 4 years under the coordinator Don Brown. 3rd down and 3. Badgers at their own 32-yard line. Back to throw. Cohn rolls off to the right. Now he'll tuck it and run. Cohn dives for the 1st down, and they're going to mark him about a yard shy. Like a tough spot right there. He was diving across the 35-yard line, but they will mark him down at the 34.5. We'll see if this is something that might merit a review. It's where was the football when Cohn's knees struck the turf? But now it looks like 4th down and short, and the Badgers look like they want to go for it, but maybe also stalling for time now. We will have a replay review.
It's a heck of a job, though, by Jonathan Taylor, who chopped the middle linebacker, Ross. Otherwise, that's a sack deep in the backfield.
It was great awareness right there by Cohn to avoid that rush and to dive. Do we think he got it?
It's tough to tell. It has to be indisputable, the video evidence. Pretty good look from the folks at Fox right now. You're just trying to find the football right now. Khalif Hudson was up there, and I'll tell you on the radio, he's kind of boxing out the television angle there. This is going to be a tricky one right out of the box here. The replay official is Tom Herbert. Working up there with them is Terry Anderson.
What would you do if it's short? Would you gamble here?
No.
Okay, just wondering.
After further review, the ruling of the field stands is called. 4th down.
4th down, just not enough there to overturn it. So it's 4th down and about a foot. Well, we said probably go ahead and punt, but the head coach is saying
got a riverboat
go jumbo
back down there. Yeah,
going a little jumbo big boy football here. At least that's the look. We'll see if they try to draw Michigan here. Wolverines have been a penalty-prone team through the first 2 games, 16 of them, in fact. Badger offense asking for the crowd to pipe down. It is 4th down and about a foot for Wisconsin, just shy of the Wisconsin 35-yard line. They go with a ton of beef up front. They're going to run a play, and Jonathan Taylor dives over the pile and gets the 1st down. Paul Christ has never made a big deal about the statistic of time of possession, and yet it was kind of a big deal for the Badgers in 2019. And Mike, a time-consuming drive to open the game, and a little roll of the dice early on in that drive that I think even surprised us. Going for it, and it worked.
Paul Christ is not into sending messages. He'd be the first one to tell anybody. But playing Michigan aggressively from the start was something that gave everyone a little bit more confidence. So you're looking at 4th down 4th and short from your own 34-yard line against the Wolverines. Now, Paul had some extra time to think about it, too, because on 3rd down, Jack Cohn came up just short of the first down marker. So there was a bit of a delay, and it just seemed like Chris was so confident in what his group up front could do that nothing was going to talk himself out of that. It sent, I think, a little bit of that confidence, adrenaline through the team, because 4th down became a very critical down throughout the first half for Wisconsin.
Michigan 42. Josh Ross, a good linebacker, junior out of Southfield, Michigan, honorable mention all-conference a year ago. A.J. Taylor comes out tight to the right. Quintez Cephas tight to the left. Jonathan Taylor, hands on knees behind Jack Cohn. And offset is the fullback Mason Stockey. A.J. Taylor motions left. Handoff Jonathan Taylor straight ahead. Got bumped up front. Now finds room to the right to the 40, 35, 30, 25 and out of bounds. There is a whole lot out of nothing for the Doak Walker Award winner. I mean, stoned at the point of attack. He bounced it outside and a first down run for Wisconsin.
That was really a good play by the middle linebacker Ross because he plugged the hole. But Taylor was able to keep his balance. He bounced into his own man and then went out.
And guys finished their blocks, especially on the edge. Ferguson there with a really nice job of sealing and then bouncing it, continuing to finish his block to allow that run to pop on the outside.
Gain of 18 yards to the Michigan 24-yard line. Nikhil Watson now in at tailback. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions right to left. Cohn will turn, hands to Watson, and the redshirt freshman will lower the pads and drive down to about the 22-yard line of Michigan. Gain of a couple. Josh Ross, again, the linebacker on the stop. They place at the 22 of the Wolverines. 2nd down and 8 for Wisconsin. We're not quite 4 minutes in. First possession of the day. Badgers on the move.
As good as Ross is, there's a drop-off from Josh Ross to Devin Bush.
Yeah, he was big time. And Chase Winovich certainly up front got a lot of attention. But Devin Bush, I think a lot of people would tell you the catalyst defensively for Michigan. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. A.J. Taylor slot left, motions to the right. Groshek, the running back. Cohn throws on the slant, caught by Danny Davis inside the 20 of Michigan, down to the 17-yard line. Ambry Thomas, the cornerback, up to make the tackle, and the Badgers looking now at a 3rd down and 3 as Wisconsin has reached the Case IH red zone. Productivity counts in the red zone. Learn more at caseih.com/Badgers.
That was kind of a wide rush, which left a real clean sight line for Cohn to his wide receiver Davis.
Getting the ball out quick there. Michigan brought a little bit of pressure, running a stunt and a wide open window behind where that linebacker came from.
3rd and 3 Wisconsin at the Michigan 17-yard line. Quintez Cephas, single wide receiver to the right. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions left to right. Here's the handoff. Taylor, room off the left side to the 15, cuts inside 10. Taylor inside the 5-yard line, brought down at the 3. First down, goal to go. Nice hole off the left side of the offensive line. First down, goal to go. Wisconsin at the Michigan 3.
Seeing a lot of misdirection. What you're doing is he's putting the ball out over like it's going to be to the right, and then it's called basically you're turning the ball back in the cutback lanes. You're using Michigan's aggressiveness to the football against themselves.
And what a huge hole between Van Lanen and Erdman. My goodness, they sealed their men inside and out.
They go extra big again. You have Erdman, David Moorman in there. That's part of the inverted wishbone with Jonathan Taylor, the tailback. Taylor gets the handoff straight ahead. He will move the stack to about the 2-yard line and then is driven back. Gain of 1, 2nd and goal from the 2. 9:25 left in the first quarter. Badgers taking the opening possession and 2 yards away from the end zone on 2nd down.
You have a lot of concern about depth at tight end. What you do, find some big bodies, find different roles, and there Erdman actually went in motion, which for an offensive lineman is fantastic.
It took him a while, didn't it?
Cornex Sampson, a tight end. That's where he was in high school, but he moves from the O-line to the tight end spot. Handoff on 2nd down. Taylor twisting into the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Well, he had to fight for it, and Jonathan Taylor wins the fight as the Badgers, for the 3rd consecutive game, score on their opening possession. 6-0 Wisconsin.
You gotta love the twin 300-pound setbacks with Erdman and Moorman, right? And then you run behind them in the right guard and right tackle and tight end. There's a lot of beef clearing little space for Taylor to get into the end zone.
A lot of movement on the right side, and I love Jonathan Taylor protecting the football, keeping his feet moving, and able to just extend over to get 6.
He used a defender to balance himself into the end zone and break the plane.
They are going to review it. It does look razor's edge. The left elbow might or be down before the ball broke the plane. Matter of fact, take a look at the replay right now. I don't know if people know that about you, that sometimes you do have something you had to say. Was that true the night before that Michigan game?
Yeah, definitely. And I really had to just remind guys that, last year, they showed no mercy. Why would they? You're essentially going into a fight. So why would you show mercy? So I had to remind the guys, hey, they're coming into Camp Randall. It's a Big Ten season opener. We got to do it right. And like I said, we got to return the favor. And, everyone just seemed locked in, ready to go.
I think early in a game where you guys dominated, there were a couple plays early that I think maybe surprised some folks. Your first possession, 4th and 1, you're in your own territory, I think inside your own 35-yard line. Most of us just thought in a game like that, you punt it away, play field position. What did that mean to you guys as an offense to see your head coach say, I don't care where we are in the field, go for it, go get that yard and keep the ball?
I think that just shows the kind of connection that the players and the coaches were on that day. It was, listen, we're going to make a statement here. We need to make sure that we let not only Michigan, but we need to let the entire Big Ten know that we have total confidence in our offense, that we are able and willing to move the ball whenever we want to. And, when you get kind of a call like that, you just kind of have that much more respect for your coach because you know that he trusts you, and it makes you kind of play that much more harder. You're already playing your heart out, but you just try to find an inch more of heart that you can actually find. I don't know if you can, but you just know that, hey, coach definitely trusts us 1,000%, so we have to make sure we get this.
Scout to say it's
coming back. Yep. So we'll get the official word now from Jeff Cervinsky.
After further review, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner's elbow is down with the ball short of the goal line. The ball will be placed inside the 1-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and goal.
There you go, 3rd and goal. Replay not kind to Wisconsin in this opening drive, and yet the Badgers still on the doorstep. 8:54 left in the opening quarter. So the touchdown comes off the board. Jonathan Taylor with 8 touchdowns in the first 2 games, 4 in each, and 3 of the 8 have been receiving touchdowns, the first 3 receiving scores of his career. So here we go, about a half-yard shy, 3rd down, goal to go. And again, the Badgers go jumbo with Erdman and Mormon in the backfield with Jonathan Taylor. Cone turns, gives to Taylor, into the line, fighting for it again, trying to move the stack, no signal yet. There it is, touchdown Wisconsin. Take 2. That was an old rugby scrum right there. The Badgers able to keep pushing. Maybe a little bush push.
And I think it was Erdman again who got the biggest push to just carve out enough room for Taylor to break the plane.
So 6-0 Wisconsin. 8:35 left in the first quarter. 3 straight games now. The Badgers have reached the end zone on their first possession. What a drive this was. Jonathan Taylor covering 51 of those yards on 8 rushing attempts. Colin Larsh on to attempt the extra point. It is in the air, and it is good. Breaking the action here in Madison.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view.
And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Joining us from Oregon is Grayson Hunter, today's Badger Kid, presented by Odyssey Brands. Want to be a Badger Kid at a future Dream Season game? Visit uwbadgers.com/Badger Kid and sign up your child today. A special thanks to Odyssey Brands for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Odyssey Brands and the Wisconsin Badgers are teaming up this dream season to once again present the Odyssey Badger Kid program. Enter your favorite junior Badger fan for a chance to win recognition during our Wisconsin Dream Season broadcasts and a commemorative Badger Kid prize pack courtesy of Odyssey Brands. Enter today at uwbadgers.com/Badger Kid. Odyssey Brands are proud to say made in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Find game day inspired appetizers, sides, and main dishes at odysseybrands.com.
There's 4 receivers, 2 either side. Snap to Patterson on first down. A lot of time. Shuffles off to his right. Looking, throwing. It's caught by Ronnie Bell. He's loose to the 50. Right sideline 40. To the 30. To the 20. 15. To the 10-yard line. Penalty marker down as Ronnie Bell is thrown down at the 7-yard line. A penalty marker on the play as a short pass turns into a long gain. 1st and goal. Faion Hicks finally bringing him down. 1st and goal, Michigan at the 7.
You got an idea of the mobility of Shea Patterson. Only 3-man pressure. He was able to roll out to his right, found his receiver, and a missed tackle.
Here's a call.
1st down and 10.
Yeah, short pass, missed tackle, you got problems. And just like that, Michigan has a 1st and goal at the 7.
On the flip side of that, you do see the hustle by Faion Hicks to get down there because that looked, after the initial missed tackle, like a touchdown. And those are the kind of plays, if you can save 4 points or hold them off, those are the big difference makers.
Well, the Badgers have yet to allow a point in the first 2 games, albeit against very overmatched opponents, but shutouts still hard to get in today's world of college football. Michigan slow to get its personnel in place. Play clock is at 8, and Patterson just now getting into the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 5. Now down to 3 at 2, and now a timeout is taken. Michigan really unorganized on 1st and goal at the 7, so Harbaugh has to burn a timeout. And in a game that has 0 flow so far, we will go ahead and take another timeout from the American Family Insurance broadcast booth. 7:59 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield IMG College.
For the best online selection of Wisconsin Badger apparel and gifts, shop Bucky'sLockerRoom.com. From gear for men, women, and kids, to collectibles and accessories, even items for your home and office, at Bucky'sLockerRoom.com, there's something for every Badger fan. Shop now and take advantage of today's special offer. Bucky'sLockerRoom.com, the official online store of the Wisconsin Badgers.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created challenging and unprecedented times as we seek to remain a leader in every aspect of our department. Now more than ever is the time we need your support. Please consider making a gift to help the Badgers continue raising trophies, developing student athletes that make us proud, and keep the world watching when we jump around.
Enhance your Dream Season viewing and participate in Badgers Live, an interactive second screen experience. Simply visit uwbadgers.com/live on your mobile device right now. Enjoy exclusive content, interactive games, and game day traditions. Plus, you can earn points for your participation and activity to win prizes. The Badgers Live experience. Best of all, it's free.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
lines up to the left of Patterson. On first and goal, play fake Patterson throws over the middle, high pass incomplete. Good Foods Group is celebrating the Wisconsin Badgers' dream season by continuing their Sack Hunger campaign by making a contribution to No Kid Hungry for each historical sack. You can sack hunger with game day goodness by picking up Good Foods dips at your local Pick and Save store. Running back, he's a defensive tackle. That's what he's been primarily this season. Now Mason lines up behind Patterson. Rico Collins to the left, Ronnie Bell to the right. On second and goal, snap to Patterson. He'll give it to Mason, straight ahead. Bangs down to the 5, fumble the football. It's going to go the other way. Wisconsin recovers as Ben Mason on his first carry of the year coughs it up. And the fumbleitis continuing early today for the Michigan offense. We talk about a key drive early for the Badgers offense. A key play early, Mike, from the Wisconsin defense. Short pass. Long play, potentially a touchdown play, but Faion Hicks kept points off the board.
It was well designed by Michigan. Shea Patterson on the roll to his right. Nico Collins, the pass receiver, the safety, Wisconsin safety, came up and missed the tackle. But just sheer hustle by Faion Hicks saved a touchdown there and forced Michigan to earn the points, which in retrospect was maybe the biggest play early in the game defensively for the Badgers because for whatever reason, Jim Harbaugh elected to go with defensive lineman / former running back Ben Mason, and he fumbled the ball. Big hit by Pearson, knocked it loose. And that was a tone setter too, don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, they set the tone early on offense, going forward on 4th and 1. They set the tone early on defense with some hustle and then a big play. In the end zone, drops it off. Jake Ferguson catches across the 10, and he drives up close to the 14-yard line. Lavert Hill over there, Khalil Hudson as well. They'll mark at the 14, and that will be exactly a 10-yard gain and a first down for the Badgers.
Matt, one thing we saw in last year's game is that Michigan will use a linebacker, Khalil Hudson, on Jake Ferguson because he can run. He's probably the fastest linebacker in the Big Ten.
It's terrific. The Viper position, they call it, a hybrid-type position. First and 10, Wisconsin at its own 14-yard line. Halfway through the first quarter, 7-0 the Badgers. Cohn on first down will hand it Taylor off the right side, and he gets hit right away. Drives across the 15 up to about the 17-yard line. Khalil Hudson, Josh Metellus. Metellus out of the secondary and to make the play as we again checked in with Patrick.
Tausch, you mentioned Faion Hicks' hustle and how big that was. That wasn't lost on Scott Nelson, the injured safety. While everybody was mobbing Pearson and Burrell for making the play, he went over to Faion Hicks and said, "You saved the touchdown. You saved the touchdown." He's a leader even though he can't play right now, Scott Nelson.
Yeah, out for the year with the ACL injury. Suffered in the opener against South Florida. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Taylor, who is wide right, Jonathan Taylor that is, motions to the backfield, snap to Cohn, looks, throws in the slant, caught by Quintez Cephas across the 25-yard line up to the 27. The cornerback Lavert Hill on the stop, first down Wisconsin.
Michigan came with pressure too. Cohn knew that he had to get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible, hung strong in the pocket. Cephas ran a nice route.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing pressure. They're going to try to make plays in the back. And what's nice now, Wisconsin Cephas there, another wide open window there for the easy slant, easy pitch and catch.
6:18 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin. First and 10 for the Badgers at their own 27-yard line. Mason Stockey, Jonathan Taylor, the backfield combo on first down. Cohn hands to Taylor. Up the middle across the 30-yard line, and he will move the stack to the 33. Still pushing the pile, but the whistle blew. Play is dead. They'll mark at the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Second down and 4. Well, the Badgers showing an ability early in this game to just drop the hammer on this Michigan defense. Another strong run, pushing the pile.
Attitude there. He refused to go down, and he never did go down. The whistle blew, forward momentum, progress, but he made sure, and that's where you heard the crowd there letting him hear it, that he's finishing those runs so physically.
They give him 7 to the 34 of Wisconsin. Second down and 3, double wide to the left. John Chanel, the fullback, Taylor, the tailback, handoff again to Taylor. Big hole up the middle, 35 to the 40-yard line. JT 23 up to the 44. The safety, Josh Metellus, up to make the tackle. First down run. Badgers have a fresh set of downs at their 44-yard line with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin.
Chanel with one of the blocks and the right guard Seltzner with the other. big running lane.
It was really nice, and I'm sure these coaches saw this. Their defensive tackle lined up over the right guard, way off the ball, showing that they're going to run a stunt, and Wisconsin did a beautiful job there of passing that off, and that's why there was so much space for that big run.
Badgers come out double wide to the left with Cephas wide, Danny Davis in the slot. Mason Stockey, the fullback. Nikhil Watson, the tailback. Cone, a play fake. Back to throw. Winds up. Throws it deep to the left. It's hanging up in the air for Cephas, and that is broken up. Incomplete. Looked like Metellus got a hand on it, and then it buzzed by Quintez Cephas. That nearly turned into an excuse me big play for Wisconsin. Instead, an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd down and 10. Badgers at their own 44.
That's one of those throws that Jack Cohen probably said after it left his hand, no, I didn't want to go there in double coverage.
Predetermined there. That was the first poor decision that we saw so far, and you got away with it. So now let's not do it again.
First miss for Jack, 3 out of 4 early on. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Garrett Groshek in the backfield now. Pistol formation. Groshek will shift to the left of the quarterback Cone. And Jack with a throw left side on the slant to Davis. Incomplete coverage from Ambry Thomas at the 47-yard line along the right hash, left hash marks rather. 3rd down and 10 for the Badgers at their own 44. 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin.
Throw is behind the receiver. Little chuck by the defensive back, Ambry Thomas. They'll play press man coverage, and they're confident in their skills.
See what the coordinator Don Brown dials up here. The Badgers where they want them. 3rd down and 10. Wisconsin at its own 44-yard line. Groshek wide right, motions to the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Snap to Cone, little draw play. Groshek to the 45. Garrett to the 50-yard line, and is brought down by Josh Ross, the linebacker at the 49 of Michigan. Gain of 7, and it's 4th down and 3 from the Michigan 49-yard line. And we'll see the punter Anthony Lottie for the first time today.
And this is where Lottie can impact this game. He needs to make sure this ball is inside the 20. He's got to get that type of punt to affect field position, because that becomes so much more important in tight games, in Big Ten games.
Ronnie Bell, who averages 9 yards a return, deep for Michigan. Snap to Lottie, who steps up, and the kick is in the air. Bell signals for the fair catch. He'll let it hit. It takes a hard bounce into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Lottie was looking for it to check up, but it did not. And the Wolverines will start at their 20, 1st and 10.
Under Armour is proud to outfit the Wisconsin Badgers in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. To see Under Armour's full range of performance gear, go online at UA.com.
At Kohl's, shopping is easier than ever. Drive up and we'll bring your order to you. Or buy online and get free store pickup. Use contactless payment through Kohl's Pay. And we'll pack and ship your Amazon returns for free. Shop any way you'd like at Kohl's.
Badger families are everywhere. Today we salute Chad, Kelly, Natalie, and Tyler Butts of Evansville. Today's Family of the Game, presented by Kohl's. A special thanks to Kohl's for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Falling in Madison now. 4 receivers, 2 either side. Patterson to throw, shoots it to the left. Tariq blocked the catch, loops inside the 25-yard line, gets back to it, and is driven out of bounds by Rashad Wildgoose at the 25-yard line of the near side. Chris Orr, the linebacker, over there as well.
Well, Chris, let's go all the way back to last September, the Michigan game. Big Ten opener, national TV. They got Gus Johnson calling the game, and they got the stripe out. Just give us a glimpse of your world that day, what it was like, how fired up were you, how fired up were the guys to start the Big Ten season against a team like Michigan?
Man, it was amazing. It was electric all week. We had a great week of practice. I remember us having a great week of practice from an energy standpoint. Every practice was high passion, high energy. Everybody was enthusiastic. So I knew we were excited. And then when I got out there kind of before the game started and I saw how we were going to stripe it out, I envisioned it, and nothing compares to that, I promise. They need to do that again. We need to do that again because nothing compares to that.
Nothing Wisconsin. And now the officials will step in as this will be reviewed, it looks like.
The field was a completed catch for a first down. That play is under further review.
So review number 3.
Good Foods Group is celebrating the Wisconsin Badgers dream season by continuing their Sack Hunger campaign, making a contribution to No Kid Hungry for each historical sack. As a family-owned and Wisconsin-based company, Good Foods strives every day to better serve our community, our customers, and our world with simple, safe, delicious food. You can sack hunger with game day goodness by picking up Good Foods' no artificial anything guacs at your local Pick and Save store, via Instacart, or online at shop.goodfoods.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
When you meet someone for the first time, how do you describe yourself? You tell them your name, you tell them where you're from. How do you tell them who you are? What you're made of? You tell them you're a Badger. You tell them where home is. You tell them about our family. You tell them it's not just about a school or a city or a team. Being a Badger is so much more than that. We believe success comes from hard work. We don't do shortcuts. We sweat. We have grit. We push. We help each other. And we always do it together. We live for the moments when the whole world is watching and we get to play. We're tough, we're fast, and we never, ever quit. We battle and we win championships. We love to get together, and when we do, it usually gets a little loud, a little rowdy, but damn, is it fun. We cheer, we sing, we jump around, we play 5 quarters. We have early mornings and we have some late nights. And then we wake up and we do it all over again. We know it's a challenge to get here, and we know it's an accomplishment to succeed here. We dream, we discover, we grow, we give back, and we achieve. We create our own future, and we go pro in everything. We may leave this awesome place, but this place, it never leaves us. We inspire, we become legends, we go all pro in whatever we do. We run boardrooms, and we change the world. So the next time you meet someone new, tell them you're a Wisconsin Badger, and be damn proud of it.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. The receiver did not maintain possession of the football. The ball hit the ground. Incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 5 at the 25-yard line. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 3:10.
All right, so they'll put some time back on the clock, and a first down turns into 3rd and 10 for the Wolverines at their 25-yard line. Taking one more look at it right here. Does Bell have control? Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. 3rd and 5, Michigan at its own 25-yard line. 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Tariq Black, one of those on the right side, goes in motion. Snap to Patterson, back to throw, has time, fires to the left, high pass, incomplete. Sean McEwen, the tight end, the intended receiver, ball overthrown. Well, the Badgers catching a break on a replay overturn, and Michigan forced to punt on 4th and 5 at its own 25-yard line.
Badgers came with a little pressure and was picked up. Burrell did a nice job just coming off his receiver and dropping into the passing lane, where if the ball was down a little bit lower, he would have been able to deflect.
Really good coverage there. You bring pressure, you usually leave yourself a little bit vulnerable. Wisconsin, great coverage with that blitz that they brought.
Will Hart, the punter, averaging about 45 per, steps up. Badgers got some pressure. This is hammered, backpedaling Jack Dunn. He'll catch the 12-yard line. He's across the 15, Dunn to the 20, to the 25, slaloms up to the 28 or 29-yard line. Pretty good return on a heck of a punt from Will Hart. 62 yards, 15 on the return. 2:53 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Wisconsin leading Michigan, and the Badgers starting at their 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Matt, we talked about resiliency with a quarterback like Jack Cohn, who just doesn't have a whole lot of experience. The last time the Badgers had the ball, he made a bad decision throwing into double coverage. He threw the ball behind a receiver on a slant. I want to see now how he responds in the next few possessions. Would you agree, Tom?
Yeah, it's easy when things are humming along. It's when you have a little adversity to trust what you've been coached in doing and not get caught into, I'm not going to make a mistake. Keep doing what you've been doing.
Cohn 3 out of 5 for 25 yards. Jonathan Taylor has rushed for 71 here in the first quarter. In the backfield now, trips to the left on 1st down. Hand off to Taylor, cuts left, has room. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Taylor to the 40, he's to the 30, accelerates to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Jonathan Taylor, 72 yards, and it's 13-0, Wisconsin.
Well, they struck Michigan's void in a defensive look that I'm not quite sure what they were going to try to accomplish, because Lavert Hill came out of that area that Jonathan Taylor attacked and dropped into center field for the deep safety as they were overshifted to the wrong side of the formation. Taylor took advantage of it.
Jonathan Taylor going to work, and yeah, you're right. What a gaping hole that was for JT23 as Colin Larsh with the extra point.
Take us through that play. You just outran everybody.
Yeah, we talked about it all week. We talked about how those safeties like to rotate when we bring that motion over. So that was a big emphasis going into the game, was, lots of motions to try and move the defense, rotate the safeties, get those guys out of position. So we ran that play, actually, the first play of the game. We had a miscommunication on the first play of the game, and I told Coach Chris, I said that one might hit for a long one, this Saturday coming up. I told him that in practice. So we came back to it later in the game. We motioned over. The safeties rotated. You could see it, and the play is supposed to hit inside, kind of off the tackle. But the linebacker played it wrong, and he tried to spill it. So we tried to wrong shoulder it, which left no one outside in that lane. So I was able to jump cut outside, and then I was off to the races, and I came back to Coach Chris and I said, I told you it was going to go for a long one.
25, 1st and 10. Only in the first quarter, a ton of work to do, but what a start here for the Wisconsin Badgers.
What leads me to believe that some of the reports coming out of Ann Arbor this week saying that maybe Charbonnet wasn't at 100% could be true. Because they kind of featured him last week against Army, didn't they?
Kind of, yeah. 30,
just a little bit.
33 carries and 100 yards. I mean, he had to earn it. He was out there briefly in this first quarter. Christian Turner back in there again. We saw Ben Mason earlier in this quarter. He fumbled the ball inside the 10. On 1st down, handoff, Christian Turner running left, and he gets yanked down by the inside linebacker, Jack Sanborn, just across the 25-yard line. No gain on the play, or they might give Turner the better part of one. Nope, they'll say no gain. 2nd and 10 for the 25 of Michigan.
Textbook defense there. Defensive line hitting his gap. Sanborn filling right where he's supposed to be, and that's why you're sitting here at 2nd and 10.
Christian Turner remains in the backfield to the left of Patterson. Patterson takes back to throw. Time in the pocket. Now flushed off to his left on the run. He'll tuck it and run and gets to the boundary at the 30-yard line. Isaiah Loudermilk steering the quarterback to the boundary at the 30-yard line of the near side. Gain of 5, and Michigan looking at a 3rd and 5 from its own 30.
That's where he's the most dangerous, though. If there's nothing there, his pocket breaks down. He has that ability to run the football.
Donovan Peoples-Jones and Ronnie Bell out wide to the right. Nico Collins to the left. Peoples-Jones slot to the right. Zach Charbonnet back in there at running back. McEwen, the tight end, motions to the right. Snap to Patterson. Badgers trying to bring a little heat. Patterson throws. It is incomplete. Flag down. They'll get pass interference. Peoples-Jones, the intended receiver. And getting there a little early was Rashad Wildgoose. As the officials will talk about it, though. They threw the flag right away, and Peoples-Jones doing a little wolfing it. Wildgoose there, but let's see. The officials are going to conference.
Yeah, he kind of barked at Wildgoose, didn't he, while Wildgoose was down on the turf.
There's a hat off. I don't know if he's maybe out of bounds.
Yeah, it could be.
Typically.
Yep.
Ineligible, and maybe the penalty flag will get picked up.
Yeah, I think they are sorting that out right now. Let's get the clarification.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 against each team. Pass interference, defense, number 5. That ball's at the spot of the foul. That includes an automatic first down. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 9. That's his first of the ball game. That 15-yard penalty is enforced. Michigan's football, first down and 10.
Yeah, so there you go. Number 9 is Donovan Peoples-Jones. So
that I don't get.
I was just going to say that. I mean, the rules are the rules, but come on, let them. You're going to wolf a little bit. Let them wolf.
Woof woof.
I think part of the interpretation there, he was kind of standing over a player.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, you can't do it. I get it. That's the rule, but whatever. So first and 10, Michigan. Whatever. Let's move on. Michigan at its own 21-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Charbonnet remains in the backfield. Snap to Patterson, throws to the right. That's caught by Nick Eubanks, tight end across the 25 to the 30-yard line, across the 30 to the 32, and that'll be a Michigan first down with 90 seconds left in the first quarter. 14-0, Wisconsin. Peoples-Jones, they missed him. They won their games without him, but they certainly missed him in the first 2 games. Junior out of Southfield, Michigan, at 47 catches for better than 600 yards last year and 8 touchdowns. Charbonnet stays in at running back. Michigan at its own 32, first and 10. Patterson pulls it back, throws left side, incomplete. Intended for Eubanks. He got tied up with Eric Burrell. And then Burrell goes down right by the Wisconsin bench area. And the officials will keep the flags in the pocket right now. It's 2nd and 10, Michigan at the Wolverines' 32-yard line.
What helped make that play is a little pressure from Zach Bond. And we've seen that through the first 2 games and now the first half of this game, where he has been the most consistent player on defense to get to the quarterback.
Into a leader and a producer is Zach Bond. Trips to the left, pistol formation. On 2nd down, Patterson off the play fake, back to throw, has lots of time. Fires it off to the left. Christian Turner, the running back, on the catch, and the immediate hit is made. Right on cue, that was Zach Bond on the stop. Gain of about 4 to the 36 of Michigan. 3rd down and 6, 43 seconds left of the first quarter, 14-0 Wisconsin.
That was big time. You were just talking about his pass rush. Dropped into his zone, and that was a really nice move that Michigan's tailback put on him. Broke down and made the play in open space. That is a big-time play.
Charbonnet in the backfield again. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Snap to Patterson. Badgers bringing forward. Patterson throws right side, and that's overshot. Incomplete. Cornelius Johnson, the intended receiver at the 45-yard line. And Michigan will punt on 4th and 6 at its own 36 with 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. Zach Vaughn once again getting pressure on the quarterback.
I mean, Cornelius Johnson is a true freshman, so probably the lack of continuity and chemistry there between Johnson and Shea Patterson, certainly on that play.
Will Hart will punt. Michigan executed a fake in its last game against Army. Snap to Hart. He steps up as the Badgers peel back. Kick is away, and Dunn will let it hit inside the 20. He'll scoop it up at the 10-yard line. Makes a man miss to the 15. Dunn up to the 20-yard line. That's a nice return. That was coming in hot on the bounce, and Jack scooped it up like a good shortstop would. 53 yards on the punt, 11 on the return. 9 seconds left in the opening quarter. 14-0, Wisconsin leading Michigan.
Super job by Dunn to make sure that ball didn't roll inside the 5-yard line. I mean, he aggressively made a decision and then tacked on yardage on top of making the catch.
He made a man miss. 9 seconds left in the opening quarter. Nikhil Watson in at tailback. Mason Stockey, the fullback. Jack Cohn of the Badgers offense at the Wisconsin 20-yard line. Cohn under his center, Tyler Biotish. Takes, he will hand it to Watson, probing the right side. Nikhil across the 20. And falls to the turf at the 22-yard line. That will be the final play of a very good first quarter for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
About this car since you were 8 policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Enhance your dream season viewing and participate in Badgers Live, an interactive second screen experience. Simply visit uwbadgers.com/live on your mobile device right now. Enjoy exclusive content, interactive games, and game day traditions. Plus, you can earn points for your participation and activity to win prizes. The Badgers Live experience. Best of all, it's free.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee aisles online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay. Hy-Vee aisles online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Get up! It's time to dance with Bucky, presented by Hy-Vee.
That's right, on time. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. I met this little girlie. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early. These girls are really sleazy. All they just say is please me or spend some time and rock around.
Way to move it, Badger fans. A special thanks to Hy-Vee for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
First play of the second quarter here. Badgers at their 22-yard line. Second down and 8. Cohn to throw over the middle. And that's caught by Jake Ferguson. Thrown down to the 28-yard line. Third down and 2 now for Wisconsin. 14-0 the Badgers, just underway in the second quarter.
You like consistency with a player, and Jake Ferguson has been the personification of that. He's caught at least one pass now in 16 straight games, despite defenses knowing that up until this season he was the primary threat a lot of times last year.
Turned into a very, very good tight end at this level. Montez Cephas comes out wide to the left. It's third down and 2. Stockey the fullback. Watson is the tailback. Ferguson wing right. The tight end motions to the left. Here's Mason Stockey the fullback, and he'll get the first down. He ran into the arms of Carlo Kemp right away. Stockey able to power his way to the 31 and the Badgers first down.
That's impressive. Kemp weighs 286 pounds, and he carried Kemp to the first down marker.
I love the fullbacks here. Alec Ingold did such great work. Austin Ramish before. That's just recent times. Ingold now in his rookie season with the Oakland Raiders. Minute gone by, second quarter, 14-0 Wisconsin. First and 10 for the Badgers, their own 31-yard line. They'll tease the jet sweep, and the handoff goes to Watson, and he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and a pile of Wolverines are there. All kinds of winged helmets getting to the running back. No gain. Second and 10 now for the Badgers at their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, that's the first time we really haven't seen any push. There have been some gaping holes for different reasons. I feel like Michigan has been a little bit undisciplined up front, giving some of these big creases there. They were gap solid, no room to run, and that sets up the second and 10.
Second and 10 from the 31-yard line of Wisconsin. Athletic trainers taking a look at Jonathan Taylor right now. On second down, snap to Cone, swings it right, caught by Groshek. It's a block, 35 up the sideline, 40, 45 to the 50 and into Michigan territory. Jared Groshek coming out of the backfield with the reception of the 49-yard line of Michigan. 1st and 10, Wisconsin.
What a job by Logan Bruss, the right tackle, getting downfield. And then just stock blocking a defender and staying with him, right? He engaged him.
Really nice job there of setting up the defensive end. He went barrels in and to slip out there and to pick up a block. Really nice design play by Paul Chryst.
Akeel Watson back in at running back. This is Stocky, the fullback. A.J. Taylor wide to the right. Kendrick Pryor to the left. Cone on 1st down. Handoff Watson up the middle. And Nakia to the 46 of Michigan. Josh Metellus on the stop. I mentioned, we'll say it again, the athletic trainers have taken Jonathan Taylor into the Mueller Sports Medicine Recovery Tents. We will update as warranted moving forward here. About 3 minutes gone, 2nd quarter, 14-0. Wisconsin leads Michigan.
Well, we can also notice that Jordan Anthony has been playing middle linebacker instead of Josh Ross.
And Ross's name was heard a lot in the 1st quarter. Jared Groshek in the backfield now. 3 receivers to the left. 2nd and 7, Wisconsin at the Michigan 46-yard line. And clock at 3, at 2, snap to Cone, pressure coming. Jack throws to the left. That's caught by Danny Davis at the 44-yard line. He'll take it to the 43. Ambry Thomas is there to make the stop. 3rd down and 4 for the Badgers. Thomas, a good story. Ambry Thomas, he dealt with colitis over the summer. They say he lost some 35 pounds and was ready to go by their opening game against Middle Tennessee State and played very well. Had an interception in the game. Junior out of Detroit. 3rd down and 4, Wisconsin at the Michigan 43-yard line. High backs. Watson is the tailback. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions to the right. Cone hands to Watson, and he got hit right away. That was Brad Hawkins out of the secondary. Coming in off the edge as Watson maybe a yard to the 42. That's it. 4th down and 3 for the Badgers.
You can take some different liberties when 23 is not in the ballgame for Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor.
Badgers keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 3 plus change just outside the Michigan 42-yard line. Another gamble here. We'll see if they run the play. 3 receivers to the right. Groshek in the backfield to the right of Cone. 4th down, snap to Cone. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Jacket as he throws. Deep ball right side. Cephas got it inside the 20-yard line and out of bounds at the 16 of Michigan. Oh, what a throw by Cone. It was getting hot in the backfield. Jack hung in there, took the hit, and dropped a dime to Cephas.
Cone got up limping a little bit too. Took a really good hit. But this is a play that Quintez Cephas can use all of his skills on a really good defender, Ambry Thomas, and the ball came over his right shoulder. He made the catch before stepping out of bounds.
Michigan brought one too many, and Cone had to stay in there. Knew he was going to take the hit and placed it out perfectly.
Ball at the 16 of Michigan. 1st and 10. Cone hands off to Groshek off the right side. He's at the 15-yard line. It gets thrown down by Khalif Hudson at about the 13-yard line on a gain of 2 or 3. Badgers again have entered the Case IH red zone. Productivity counts in the red zone. Learn more at caseih.com/Badgers. That was a gain of 3 to the Michigan 13. 2nd down and 7. 9.5 minutes left in the half. 14-0 Wisconsin.
How big would this be for the overall confidence of the unit to drive down the field and score without Jonathan Taylor?
We're so spoiled here. Centers that pulled. Tyler Biadasz there, he pulled out in front there to help get that edge and pick up a few yards.
Groshek remains the tailback. And a timeout taken here.
It was Michigan, right? They couldn't get Khalif Hudson into the game. He's their best player.
Timeout, Michigan.
Michigan burning its 2nd timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break.
It's time for a classic Badger Rewind, presented by Quartz Insurance. 1 year ago, in women's soccer, Peyton Wesley, Lauren Rice, and Danny Rhodes each scored, while Jordan Bloomer had 4 saves as the Badgers opened Big Ten play, downing Maryland 3-0. Today's Classic Badger Rewind was presented by Quartz Insurance. A special thanks to Quartz Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
Yard line, second down, A.J. Taylor in motion to the right, jet sweep to the right. Here's Taylor trying to find the edge, breaks the tackle, 10 to the 5, and down to the 2-yard line of Michigan. A.J. Taylor, he was an all-state running back out of Kansas City. Did not have a rush last year. The Badgers used the jet sweep a lot. He wasn't included last year. He's getting involved this year, and the Badgers have a 1st and goal at the 2.
Good block thrown by Pryor right on the boundary, which allowed Taylor to tiptoe down the sidelines.
You have to love that. I love the use of the jet sweep because it really taxes the defense horizontally, and that was a quick hitter. Again, the blocking on the perimeter allowed that first down pickup.
Badgers go with 7 offensive linemen, 2 of them in the backfield, the inverted wishbone. Handoff to Nakia Watson trying to push the pile, and does so to the 1 where it's 2nd down and goal.
Not that you need to remind a young back like Nakia Watson, but in these situations, he has to be really aware of guys tugging at that ball in that scrum, right? I mean, it's something that you take for granted with a more experienced back.
Yeah, you know, on A.J. Taylor's run, Khalid Hudson from behind took a pretty good
That's
whack
what they're
at
doing,
it.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. 8 minutes left in the second quarter, 14-0, Wisconsin, 2nd and goal at the 1. John Chanel in at fullback, Garrett Groshek is the tailback. Cone under his center, Tyler Biadasz takes the snap, and a little keeper to the right. Cone brought down short of the goal line. A terrific play by Josh Metellus, keeping Jack Cone out of the end zone. Now 3rd and goal for Wisconsin.
I think that was a busted play. It looked like Groshek was going right, and Cone came out handing it off to the left, so he did well there to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage.
McGrone lost his helmet. He's got to step out.
Yeah, I said Metellus. That was McGrone, Cam McGrone, a linebacker. A terrific play. 3rd and goal, Wisconsin at the 1. Extra beef again. 7 offensive linemen. Handoff to Nakia Watson into the line. Trying to push to the goal line, and he did not get there. Well, Michigan's defense getting stubborn, trying to come up with a goal line stand. 4th and goal, and now the decision for Paul Christ, and my guess is he'll go for it here. He went for it at midfield earlier in this possession. It is 4th and goal from about a foot away.
Well, Groshek's one of the more reliable players, and he reports to the huddle. Watson's out.
Timeout.
And now the Badgers will use their first timeout, and we'll take a break.
Immediate timeout.
We'll step away from the American Family Insurance broadcast booth.
The UW Athletic Department salutes Elliott Ross of Tampa, Florida as today's season ticket holder of the game presented by BMO. A 1974 UW grad with a BA in economics, Elliott has been a longtime supporter of the Badgers, including the current Badger Legacy campaign. A pilot, he has flown 4 UW football head coaches in his twin Comanche aircraft to engagements around the country. His airplane hangar doubles as his Badger man cave with wall-to-wall memorabilia. A 53-year season ticket holder, he can't wait for the start of the season in the coming weeks.
In these challenging, uncertain, uncharted times, you stand strong. No matter the conditions you face, you get the job done. You are the backbone of our communities.
Garrett Groshek is the tailback. They've got Erdman and Mormon in the backfield as well. 7 offensive linemen. Cohn's going to sneak through. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They went quickly. Cohn under his center, Biotish, and just like that, snap, then 6. And it's 20-0, the Badgers.
Gotta love it, too, because they didn't hesitate as Matt called it. It was a quick snap, get between the guard and center, dive into the end zone. He really wouldn't touch.
We've seen that formation with the big beef over the right side. Michigan obviously has to tilt that way, and I love the fact you go quick with it, not letting Michigan reestablish for the easy. Look, Tom Brady asked there.
Boy, they
QB sneaking it.
They left a big old bubble there at Michigan on the defensive line as Colin Marsh for the extra point. It is in the air, and it is good. 4th scoring drive, 15 plays, 80 yards, took 8 minutes, 29 seconds as we have another break in the action.
Bring the tailgate to your table with Johnsonville Brats, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, Old Dutch Tortilla Chips, and Dutch Crunch Potato Chips. Sure make hot dogs, Texas Roadhouse Peanuts, and Pepsi, the official tailgating products of the Wisconsin football dream season.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Stick around at halftime, Badger fans. Don't miss a classic University of Wisconsin Marching Band halftime show, presented by NBC 15.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
Time to show your stuff, Badger fans. It's time to play What Year Was It? Presented by Toyota. Thanks for playing What Year Was It? Presented by Toyota. A special thanks to Toyota for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Zach Hens ready to kick off. Giles Jackson deep for Michigan. Hens on the run up, and the kick is in the air. And Jackson again will watch it sail over his head and hit from the back line of the end zone.
The Wisconsin Department of Transportation reminds you to always drive sober. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. You get the Drive Sober app today.
Jackson, nothing but so far today. Wolverines starting at their 25-yard line.
Badgers are going to open up on this possession with their base defense. True freshman Keanu New-Benton right on the nose.
Nico Collins slot to the right. Shea Patterson remains the quarterback. Takes the handoff, fires over the middle, and it's knocked down by Caesar Williams, intended for Ronnie Bell at the 40-yard line. That is an impressive play by the junior out of Grand Prairie, Texas. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. 2nd down and 10, Wolverines at their own 25-yard line. Christian Turner is the running back. Ronnie Bell slot to the right, Nico Collins wide to the right. Patterson scans the defense, takes the snap, rolls off to his right, looking, throws to the right, and Bell makes the catch. No catch, incomplete. Well, he laid out again. Not able to secure it at the 42-yard line of the near side. It's 3rd and 10 for Michigan, while the Badger defense looking for a stop. Jonathan Taylor now has emerged from the Mueller Sports Medicine recovery tent. See if he is back out there when the Badgers go back on offense. First things first, 3rd and 10 Michigan at its own 25-yard line. 4 receivers, including McEwen, the tight end to the right. 1 receiver to the left. Patterson calls for the ball, back to throw. Badgers bringing pressure. Patterson hits, he throws to the left, and it's incomplete. Flag down. Nico Collins, the intended receiver, Caesar Williams, on the coverage, got there early, and the Wolverines get a gift. That'll be a first down on the pass interference call.
The DB loses track of the ball. Caesar Williams doesn't know where that pass is or where it's coming down from. Tangles up with the wide receiver. Some pretty good pressure, too. He just got the ball out of his hands before getting sacked by Zach Bond. I'm talking about Shea Patterson. Meanwhile, John Runyon limped off the field.
The starting left tackle. And the Wolverines will get a 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line. 6:24 left in the half. 21-0 for Wisconsin. Michigan trying to fight its way back into the game. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Zach Charbonnet is the running back. On first down, they'll tease the fly sweep. The handoff to Charbonnet, and the freshman up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Tyler Johnson for the linebacking core getting in there, among others. 2nd down and 7 for Michigan at its own 43.
One thing without Runyon, they've already played without him the first 2 games of the season, so they're adjusted.
Ryan Hayes, sophomore, is in there. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Peoples-Jones slot to the right. Charbonnet lines up to the left of Shea Patterson. And 2nd and 7, Wolverines at their 43. Patterson to throw. Hit as he throws. Ball's tipped in the air. It's picked off at the 45 of Wisconsin. That's Eric Burrell with the pick, his second of the season. Ball was tipped, and Burrell gathers as Michigan turns it over for the second time here today.
Chris Orr with the pressure, Matt Henningsen with the tip, Burrell with the pick. There you go.
That's team defense. You have all layers of your squad making a play, and that's how you just keep laying it on the Michigan Wolverines.
We'll keep it here as this Badgers defense continues to be off the charts. The running back pistol formation. A.J. Taylor motions to the right. Cone back to throw. One pump and fires it off to the right. And going down to get it is A.J. Taylor at the 44. It's a gain of just 2. Second down and 8 for Wisconsin.
One thing that is happening with Jack Cone when he does drop back to pass, he's getting hit. Not sacked, but getting hit on almost every play.
And he's staying in there. He's hanging in there and making the throws.
I think it was Carlos Kemp, the last player to hit Cone after he released the ball.
He hung in there really well on a fourth down throw to Quintez Cephas earlier in this quarter. 3 receivers to the left. Watson remains the running back, shifting to the left of Jack Cone. On second down and 8, Cone to throw again on the slant. A.J. Taylor catches across midfield, makes his way to the 48 of Michigan. Jordan Glasgow is there to make the tackle. That is right at the first down marker. 5 minutes left in the half. 21-0 Wisconsin. And that will be a Badgers first down.
You get the feel that like A.J. Taylor doesn't get enough credit for what he means to this team. I mean, it's obvious Quintez Cephas has made a difference, and Danny Davis has made some spectacular catches. But A.J. Taylor has been workmanlike, hasn't he, during the time he's played wide receiver for the Badgers?
No doubt. He's rushed it a couple of times here today. It's a catch there for a first down. Cephas out wide to the right. Danny Davis in the slot. From the Michigan 48-yard line, pistol formation. Davis motions to the left. Here's the handoff to Nikhil Watson over right guard. Runs into Glasgow, the linebacker at the 46 of Michigan on a gain of 2. Second down and 8 for the Badgers with 4:20 and counting left in the first half. Badgers have 2 timeouts available. Dominant first half of play for Wisconsin. Michigan had an early threat, a goal to go at the Wisconsin 7-yard line, and a Ben Mason fumble recovered by Eric Burrell, and the Badgers were able to build on the lead from there. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Garrett Groshek now in the backfield. A.J. Taylor in motion to the right. Cone takes the snap, wants to throw to the right, and it's caught by A.J. Taylor. Pretty tight coverage there as he gets thrown down by Josh Metellus at the 43 of Michigan. Gain of 3. And the Badgers have a 3rd and 5 with 3:35 left in the half.
That's a big-time tackle by the strong safety, Metellus. I mean, if Taylor can squirm away, wiggle away from that, that's a big gainer.
Well, and you asked a question earlier, Mike, when the poor decision throwing into double coverage and then the throw behind. How is Jack Cone going to react? It's been fantastic. That was a tight window that he fed that ball into beautifully.
Empty in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 on the right on 3rd and 5, and the penalty marker flies. We'll have a false start against Wisconsin.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They catch Quintez Cephas, so make it 3rd and 10 for Wisconsin at the Michigan 48-yard line. 3:09 left in the half. 21-0. Wisconsin leads Michigan.
That's the 3rd penalty, I believe, against the Badgers here in the half.
In many areas where they have been very clean in the first 2 games. They stay empty. 3 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Garrett Groshek slot on the right side. On 3rd down, snap to Cone, quarterback draw. And unlike John Stocco in 2005, this one didn't work as he got stuffed at the 47 of Wisconsin. That's a loss of 5, and the Badgers will punt it away with 2:38 left in the half.
Yeah, there actually was a little bit of room, but just way too much penetration off of the left side of Wisconsin's offensive line. Kind of burrowed him right back into Cone and not letting him get started. Had he been able to bounce it out, there was a little bit of room off to the right.
That number 19 is Kwity Paye. It was almost in the backfield while Cone was thinking about what to do. Look how quickly he was there.
Yeah, good player, very good player. Anthony Lottie is on the punt. Ronnie Bell deep at the Michigan 10-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the Badgers 47. Michigan gets pressure. Lottie with the kick away, and Bell will catch at the 10-yard line. Makes one man miss, not the second. At the 15-yard line of Michigan. Well, there's Adam Krumholz down there in punt coverage, and that is some good work. from the pistol on 1st and 10, and a slow developing handoff to Christian Turner, and he gets popped behind the line of scrimmage. Reggie Pearson getting to the running back of the 12-yard line. A slow exchange between Patterson and Turner. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. A minute 43 left in the half. 21-0 Wisconsin.
That looked like almost a fumble and waiting.
3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Wolverines backed up to their own 12-yard line. Patterson to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Inside the 5-yard line, Jack Sanborn, the linebacker, gets to Patterson. The Badgers use their second timeout with a minute 28 left in the half. The Wolverines are at their own 4-yard line, 3rd down and 21.
Major mismatch here. Christian Turner's the tailback and just couldn't pick up Sanborn on the blitz.
If you look there, Jim Leonard did a fantastic job. Only 2 people had their hand down. So as an offensive lineman and as you're trying to get your protection set, where are they coming from? Because you had 5 or 6 guys standing, moving around, and that's how you get those matchups because you don't know where you're declaring.
And he's mixing up things, too. It's not always the same blitzer. We haven't seen Sanborn coming hard at a quarterback very often this year, so it keeps you guessing on where that pressure is going to come from.
Rick Black out wide to the right. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield to the left to Shea Patterson. And Patterson back to throw. He's in his own end zone. Swings it to Charbonnet to the right. And Henningsen whips Charbonnet to the turf at the 3-yard line. Timeout Wisconsin with 1:22 left in the first half.
It was one of those games that, you didn't really get tired. You just kept hunting all game because it was like, oh, EB made a play. And then now Zach made a play. And then everybody's racing to make a play. So whenever you have a day like that on defense, you're dominating.
Yeah, you mentioned Zach. I mean, you're right. Everybody, it seemed, was getting involved, but it was becoming pretty clear to folks outside your program that Zach Baum was going to be a problem for anybody you faced.
Yeah.
Was that one of those games where you thought, you'd shut out your first 2 opponents, but you're thinking, boy, this guy's real. He's going to be.
Oh yeah. It was crazy because when we were in the hotel the night before, I kept telling him, I was like, man, I think you're gonna have a big day against this tackle. Like they're a big O-line. I think that tackle was a freshman, or he was really young. I was like, bro, just get off, and you're gonna make plays. And I was definitely proud of him. He showed everybody what we knew all along he could do.
Little field position of Duncan.
I'll tell you what, you're having a bad day when you're raving about how great your punter is.
Well, I'm just raving about it now.
I
that
get
he's
it.
in the end zone.
We've been there. We've seen it. Will Hart, feet on the back line of the end zone, gets the kick away, and Dunn has room. He'll catch at the Michigan 48. Jack to the 45, cutting to the left, now turns it back up. Michigan covers it well. Dunn to the 43 of Michigan. And opportunity knocks again for Wisconsin. 44-yard punt, 4 on the return. Badgers out of timeouts, 1:11 left in the second quarter. 21-0 Wisconsin. As the Badgers will play on without Jonathan Taylor, as Patrick Herb reported a few minutes ago. JT-23 taken to the locker room area. Status questionable for the rest of the game. Dealing with cramps after an amazing first quarter.
But Jack Dunn's done a heck of a job this year taking over, solidifying that punt return row, but he probably will tell you, the first one to tell you, he needed to just take off there. He hesitated too much. There was a lot of green space to run.
He did, had a lot of room, but advanced at 4 yards, and he'll turn it over to Jack Cohn of the Badger offense. Danny Davis, A.J. Taylor, Kendrick Pryor come out wide to the right. Eric Groshek, the running back, to the left of Cohn. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, left side of the formation. From the Michigan 43-yard line, Cohn takes. Michigan brings 4. Cohn throws to the left, caught by Groshek at the 40-yard line, makes a man miss to the 30, out of bounds at the 25 of Michigan. He got past Jordan Anthony, the linebacker, and then Groshek scoots up the sideline to the Michigan 25-yard line with 1:05 left in the first half. 1st and 10.
Again, Jordan Anthony is playing because we haven't seen Josh Ross much at all here in the second quarter. I don't know if he's injured, don't know how they play their middle linebackers, but there is a drop-off from Ross to Anthony.
Danny Davis, A.J. Taylor, Jake Ferguson out to the right, Quintez Cephas to the left, Andrew Thomas up tight on Cephas. Groshek, the running back at the Michigan 25-yard line. Snap to Cohn. Michigan rushing 4. Jack in some trouble. Eludes the rush. 25-20. Cohn to the 10. Cohn to the 5. Cohn. Touchdown. Wisconsin. Jack Cohn from 25 yards It's away! And the Badgers putting a beat down on Michigan in the first half at Camp Randall Stadium.
It's easy to talk about JT's 72-yard touchdown run, which was a lot of fun, but I think maybe more people should talk about your 25-yard touchdown run in that game. Take us through that play. I would imagine Michigan wasn't thinking that a Wisconsin quarterback would use his legs like that. I know they have in the past, but maybe they didn't know a lot about you. Take us through that play.
Yeah, basically it was a pass play, and they came out in sort of like a bracket coverage. So basically everyone besides the linemen were in coverage, really just focusing solely on the receivers. So I was sort of able to step up in the pocket, and I just saw kind of an open hole to run through, and I started running, and there wasn't people around me, so I kept going. And so I was a little surprised I made it because they got a lot of speed on that defense, but it's definitely exciting.
Again, unreturnable. He's getting stronger by the kick. That hits about 5 yards beyond the back line.
Well, he's getting a lot of work. In-game action.
Not getting tired is my point. Wisconsin has had the ball 22 minutes and change to 6 for the Wolverines. They thought it was tough 2 weeks ago against Army. It's been even worse here today.
So if you're Josh Gaddis, the play caller for Michigan, how adventuresome do you want to get? 57 seconds left.
Oh, I think you go ahead and let it rip here. You can. They have one timeout available. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. We'll see what they do. Zach Charbonnet is the running back. From the Michigan 25-yard line, and Patterson wants to throw. Pearson coming into the blitz. Here's a deep ball down the right seam. Incomplete. Wanted Ronnie Bell. And the Badgers had that well protected. There's Rashad Wild Goose back there along with Eric Burrell. 2nd down and 10. Michigan at its own 25.
They cannot block Zach Bond. He is all over the place. I talked about it on that screen pass. There, he just beat him on an inside move and absolutely crushed Patterson.
2 receivers right, 1 on the left. 51 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10. Patterson to throw. Looking, hit as he throws. Tipped up, almost intercepted. Oh, Chris Orr got his hand on it. Donovan Peoples-Jones, the intended receiver at the Michigan 38. Patterson took another hit. And it's 3rd and 10.
Right? I think they brought
McCaffrey, excuse me. Dylan McCaffrey, you're right.
Who do you think hit him? No, who hit him again?
Zach Bond.
Wow.
Yep, I said Patterson. That's Dylan McCaffrey, the redshirt sophomore.
Patterson got racked up a little bit. I think he's
getting crushed. Yeah.
Zach Bond's hit took care of Shea Patterson. Now Dylan McCaffrey, the brother of Christian McCaffrey, the son of Ed McCaffrey, in at quarterback. On 3rd down, here's McCaffrey keeping it running left, and it gets covered up by Jack Sanborn across the 30 to the 34-yard line, a yard shy of the 1st down. Clock is running with 35 seconds left in the first half. Michigan with a timeout available, but it's 4th and 1 for Harbaugh's team at the Michigan 34-yard line. 25 seconds remaining in the half.
It was that 1st down play in the overthrow where Patterson got up real slowly.
I don't blame him. He has been under attack.
Looks like Michigan's going to let it run down. 8 seconds left in the half. Clock still running. It's 4th and 1. Wolverines at the 34-yard line. And an absolutely tremendous first 30 minutes for the Wisconsin Badgers. And a little chirping going on. In Wisconsin, you want to just get yourself to the locker room. You got 30 minutes of football left.
Scoreboard's chirping plenty.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember Wisconsin did this in 2008 in Ann Arbor, and a big lead evaporated. But this one's even bigger as we hit halftime here in Madison. What a first half of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the College of Letters and Sciences and the Meade Witter School of Music are proud to present the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. Today's halftime performance features funk music, a unique cross-pollination of genres such as rhythm and blues and jazz. We begin this week's show with one of Tower of Power's greatest hits, What is Hip? Our next presentation is from the legendary Stevie Wonder. This is Higher Ground. Sampled by Kanye West and many others, Chaka Khan's classic, Through the Fire. We conclude today's performance with two toe-tapping classics. Up first is Earth, Wind, and Fire's Let's Groove, and you'll recognize the other one. ladies and gentlemen, the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. And now we invite students and fans to join us in one of Wisconsin's finest traditions, the singing of our time-honored varsity.
Thank you to NBC 15 for their support of the University of Wisconsin Marching Band. And fans, keep tuning in. At the conclusion of the game, enjoy a classic fifth quarter presented by American Family Insurance.
A dominant first half from the Wisconsin Badgers, leading Michigan at halftime 28-0. Two long time-consuming scoring drives and two real quick ones. 28 points. If you didn't know any better, you'd think JT may have been responsible for all of them. Well, they actually got a couple without him being on the field.
Very true. So Taylor cramps up, doesn't play in the second quarter, and yet the tag team of Groshek and Watson really helped fill that void. And we should also throw in Jack Cohn because he made some plays during those two long possessions that the Badgers had. It goes back to the fourth down conversions twice. On their third touchdown drive of the first half, they converted on fourth down. And we also saw Jack Cohn's running ability. We didn't know for sure if he would like to run as much as he did in this game, but it forced Michigan to account for him as a potential threat running the football.
Yeah, if it caught anybody on the Wisconsin side by surprise, imagine what it did to Michigan. Badgers in full control as we get ready for the second half kickoff.
Check out today's halftime highlights, presented by the UW Credit Union.
Straight ahead, he bounces it outside, down the sideline. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor. 1 yard the hard way, and they'll run it. Man, he fumbled. Mason. Wisconsin has it. Here's JT looking. First. JT, first down. Jonathan Taylor rolling. Touchdown. Wisconsin, 72 yards. Here's a quarterback sneak, touchdown. Cone, Patterson, play fake, over the middle, deflected, and intercepted by Eric Burrell. Cone steps up in the pocket, decides to run it. Look at the breakaway speed. Can he get there? Touchdown, Wisconsin. 25 yards. Jack Cone.
Thanks to the UW Credit Union for presenting today's halftime highlights.
Broadcast booth. There's Hintz on the run-up. Kick in the air, and Jackson once again will let it hit about 5 yards deep. And it's another touchback, and still nothing but Zach Hintz in the kickoff department. Wolverines start at their 25, and the third quarter is underway.
One of the developing storylines from Michigan's perspective in that first half is what happened to Zach Charbonnet. Is he hurt? He carried the ball once, and was using blitz protection.
And they do say, but yeah, the one carry is very notable, but they do say one of the things that he brings to the party as a true freshman is he's very good at blitz pickup. He's had a fair amount of that in his first couple of games and has shown well. But all of that said, Christian Turner is the running back here for Michigan to start the third quarter. And Dylan McCaffrey will give it to Turner up the middle for about 5 to the 30-yard line. Jack Sanborn is there. So Dylan McCaffrey stays in at quarterback. Shea Patterson was banged up. We'll get a Jonathan Taylor update here in a moment. It is second down and 4 for Michigan now at its own 31-yard line. And no doubt Harbaugh and the offensive coordinator Josh Gattis is looking for something positive here in quarter three as McCaffrey under pressure throws to the left. Nice ball, nice catch by Nick Eubanks. Is banged out of bounds at the 40-yard line of the far side, and that'll be a first down for Michigan. Let's get an injury update as we again send it down to Patrick.
Well, Jonathan Taylor came out with the rest of the Badgers for the second half. He's on the bench right now with his helmet on. The plan for him this second half was to warm up with his teammates, make sure everything's going fine, make sure he handles the warm up okay. And if so, he's up for the second half. So we'll watch when Wisconsin takes over the ball.
All right, on first down, another handoff to Christian Turner, and he plows up across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Into the teeth of the Wisconsin defense. Henningsen in there with help for the Badgers. The Wolverines get back on the ball. 2nd and 4. Michigan at its own 46-yard line.
John Runyon starting the second half at left tackle. He had to take himself out of the game in the second quarter.
Slot right is Ronnie Bell. Turner remains the running back. McCaffrey takes the snap, back to throw, has some time, fires left seam, incomplete. Wanted Sean McEwen at the 37-yard line in Badger territory. Eric Burrell back there defensively for Wisconsin, one of the safeties, and Michigan now looking at a 3rd and 4 at its own 46-yard line.
It looks like Michigan is going to try to establish the run here, even though they're down 28. Try to slow down what Wisconsin's doing, rushing the quarterback.
Trying to up the tempo on 3rd down. McCaffrey to throw to the left. It is broken up, incomplete. Chris Orr getting over there. Pass intended for Tariq Black. And Michigan forced to punt from its own 46 on 4th down and 4.
Tosh, we've talked a lot about execution on defense. That's another example of it with the linebacker Chris Orr getting the perfect drop in front of the receiver, getting in the passing lane where he could get a hand on that pass.
Yeah, that was, again, a predetermined throw. Wisconsin put a little bit of pressure on, and in the right place, again, this defense was.
Penalty markers fly here as Will Hart with the punt in the air. Dunn will let it hit. It checks up inside the 10. Another flag is down as it rolls out of bounds at the 1-yard line of Wisconsin. A perfect punt, but we have 2 penalty markers, one at the line of scrimmage and one all the way back at about the 10-yard line of Wisconsin. We'll see what we have here. We're a minute 38 into the 3rd quarter, 28-0, Wisconsin leading Michigan. This officiating crew led by referee Jeff Cervinski with another meeting. Had to sort out a few things here so far today. They're about to let us know what's up, I think. And the officials going over to talk with head coach Paul Chryst, likewise Jim Harbaugh. Both of those coaches in their 5th year, leading their alma maters. Harbaugh, an All-American quarterback back in the mid-'80s. Here's the call.
There are 2 fouls, 1 on each team. Illegal formation on the kicking team. Personal foul, legal block made by the fair catch signaler. Those penalties are all set. Replay. 4th down.
Well, that's a break because it was the offsetting penalties. Otherwise, the Badgers, although the second penalty was against Wisconsin, but it washes out a perfect punt from Will Hart. Put it out of bounds at the 1-yard line, and now he'll have to re-kick.
He's got a strong, strong leg. Last year against Nebraska, he averaged almost 60 yards per punt. He's an NFL-type punter.
Getting a lot of work today.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Much more than Harbaugh anticipated.
Line of scrimmage, the Michigan 46. Snap to Hart, steps up, and the kick is away. Dunn signals for the fair catch, and he'll make it at about the 15-yard line in Wisconsin territory. So the Badgers will go back on offense. We'll let you know if Jonathan Taylor is going to be a part of that offense here in the 3rd quarter.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Get ready, Badger fans. It's time for a classic, Ask the Badgers, presented by Toyota.
This is tough because on the O-line, like, there's a lot of guys who could be your personal bodyguard. But I think it has to be Erds. And he's just like an angry dude, but at the same time, he's like a good dude. It's like, I feel like your personal bodyguard, you always got to be around him. So we could have a good time together, but I knew if like I needed some protecting, he could take care of business effectively.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I gotta go with Chris Orr. Because Chris just a dog. He's just a straight up dog. If he feels any kind of threat, I know he got my back.
Me? I'd probably choose Aaron Cruikshank.
I'll probably pick Jason Erdman. He's very relentless. He don't really care who you are. Whatever he has to do, he's gonna make sure he's taking care of it.
I'm taking Erds. He's a big, angry guy. And I think a lot of people would be scared of him.
Today's classic Ask the Badgers was presented by Toyota. A special thanks to Toyota for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
This is Stocky, the fullback, motions into the backfield on first down, and off Jonathan Taylor, trying to juke off to the left side. Gets across the 20, outside the numbers, 25, and out of bounds. Up to the 26-yard line, right at the first down marker. He's done that a couple of times. Nothing going up front immediately at the point of attack, and then he bounced away from Khalid Hudson for a Badger first down.
Michigan's had trouble setting the edge on a lot of plays.
Yeah,
today.
It's been an undisciplined up front. They're really pushing up the field, trying to get penetration, but they're not securing the edge, and that was a case where that was blocked for -2, and JT 23 picked up 10.
Which gives him 153 yards on 13 totes on first down. Draw play, Taylor. He's to the 30. JT 23 up to the 35. He gets 9 more. On a first down run, Brad Hawkins, a safety up to make the play. And they'll place actually at the 34, so a gain of 8, 2nd and 2 for Wisconsin.
Major collision in the middle of the field, leading Taylor up the field with the fullback Stocky on McGrone, the middle linebacker.
2nd and 2. McGrone's been in there quite a bit today. We've gone without Josh Ross a good chunk of this day. McGrone tag teaming with Jordan Anthony. 2nd down and 2. Cone rolls off to the right, throws, caught by Jonathan Taylor, and he got by Metellus. That'll get him a first down. Up near the 40-yard line, Josh Metellus had Taylor lined up to maybe stop him short of the first down, but Taylor able to juke him to the boundary, and a first down for the Badgers up to the 39-yard line.
We've seen Taylor's good feet, quick feet in evidence on this drive. On that first run, you had Khalid Hudson trying to match up in the hole, and he just whisked past him with a quick move of his feet. And again here, he's short of that first down marker. Towson still was able to pick it up.
Again, showing that he can catch the football, turn it up, nicely thrown ball to allow him to pick up that first down.
That's his first catch of the day. Jonathan stays in the game. Cone will give it to him up the middle to the 40, and is tripped out. It's Nakia Watson, I should say, not Jonathan. That was Nakia Watson, the ball carrier. Tripped up at the 43-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for the Badgers. 11-13 left in the third quarter. 28-0. Wisconsin leads Michigan. Watson outs. Garrett Groshek back in.
And you're just seeing, I talk about the undiscipline of what they're doing. A lot of draw plays. When you see a team that's overly aggressive, set them up. A lot of gaping holes in the middle of this defense.
Pistol formation. And now Groshek will shift to the left of Jack Cone. And the handoff goes to Groshek. Room off the right side to the 45. Groshek to the 50 and a first down. McGrone, the linebacker, on the tackle. Right at the 50, and another Wisconsin first down with 10:44 left in quarter number 3. The Badgers in command, 28-0. Groshek comes out. Jonathan Taylor re-enters.
Logan Bruss did
Great
another
job.
nice job, didn't he? Wow.
Really sealing it. And I'm talking a lot about not holding contain and not being physical on the edge. There, Bruss did a fantastic job of keeping his leverage outside and allowing that for a really easy run off of his outside edge.
Yeah, a little confusion with personnel here. Badgers might have to burn a timeout, and they'll go ahead and do that as Mason Stocky was late to enter the game. So the Badgers use their first charge timeout of the second half, and we will go ahead and take a break.
It's time to recognize today's healthcare hero, presented by UW Health. Hospitalists are physicians who provide general medical care for hospitalized patients. Their skill sets are invaluable as they manage changing care environments and new treatment guidelines. Many outstanding hospitalists are working hard to serve our community during this pandemic, including today's healthcare hero, UW Health hospitalist, Dr. Brian Williams. Thank you, Dr. Williams, for your dedicated efforts, and a special thanks to UW Health for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 inbound.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Odyssey Brands and the Wisconsin Badgers are teaming up this dream season to once again present the Odyssey Badger Kid Program. Enter your favorite junior Badger fan for a chance to win recognition during our Wisconsin Dream Season broadcasts and a commemorative Badger Kid prize pack courtesy of Odyssey Brands. Enter today at uwbadgers.com/Badger Kid. Odyssey Brands are proud to say made in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Find game day inspired appetizers, sides, and main dishes at odysseybrands.com.
On first down, the handoff to Jonathan Taylor up the middle, and he is spun down at the 46-yard line.
I'll go back to the Odyssey show. He's a kid that's, when he came to school here, he didn't say boo to anybody, right? He wasn't that type of personality.
Yeah.
You
but
grow
you've seen him grow, yes.
I think you grow into it, and when you're a really good player like he is, and he's going to be a high pick when he decides to go pro. Everybody else respects that, and I think that's why you can kind of earn that voice.
Badgers empty the backfield for the moment. Jonathan Taylor's slot to the right. Two receivers that way, three to the left. Now Taylor motions into the backfield to the Michigan 46-yard line, and another timeout taken by Wisconsin. So two of them burned here on this series of downs. Three receivers left, one on the right. Jonathan Taylor, the running back, to the left of Jack Cohn. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions left to right. Cohn takes, hands to Taylor over the right side to the 45-yard line. JT inside the 40 and powers his way to the 37 of Michigan. Well, he just keeps pushing the pile, too.
Just, Jack, an idea of your relationship with the head coach now. I mean, everybody knows his ability to work with quarterbacks. Obviously, Coach Bud Meyer as well. But, I mean, you're a veteran guy now. Give us a sense of what that relationship is like with you and Coach Christ.
Yeah, I think it's a great relationship. I mean, I'm extremely thankful, to be able to play for him and play here. And I think, as my career has gone on here, I've gained more and more trust and gotten a little more on my plate each and every year. But I just say overall, I mean, it's a great relationship, and I'm really thankful to play for him.
When he is in news conference settings, he's pretty straightforward. People see one side of him. I would imagine you have a chance to see a different side of Coach Chris. If that's the case, could you let us inside a little bit? Is there something that you've learned that might surprise people who don't really know the guy very much?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure exactly how he is in the news conferences, but I'd say he's a funny guy. I mean, he's always joking around with the players, and he can talk to every player on the team. He knows every player. He knows them all well, which I think is pretty cool. I bet a lot of coaches around the country don't know their players as well as he does.
Working out very well for this team so far. This just game 3 of the season. We do think they have some depth there. Play clock is down to 5. Badgers have a 1st and 20 at the Michigan 47-yard line. Play clock at 2 as Cone gives it. Groshek breaks through. 45-40, 35, juke move 30 to the 25, and inside the 25 to the 24 goes Garrett Groshek on a gain of 23 yards. Putting on little moves out there, but now Groshek favoring his right leg as he's going to hobble to the Badgers sideline.
Beautiful job there of, again, just talked about Jonathan Taylor's patience, allowing that thing to develop, let his blocks take hold, and then a nice open field move, little juke cut there to pick up the first down.
Nakia Watson in at running back now. 7:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Cone, little roll to the left, throws to the left, caught by Ferguson inside the 20 to the 15-yard line, cut down by Vincent Gray. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line of Michigan. Badgers back into the Case IH red zone. Productivity counts in the red zone. Learn more at caseih.com/Badgers.
Vincent Gray played a lot in the 2nd quarter, starting the 2nd half. So I wonder too about Ambry Thomas. He hasn't been injured during the course of this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ball at the Michigan 13, 1st and 10. John Chanel in at fullback, offset to the right. Nakia Watson, the tailback. Quintez Cephas, single wide receiver to the right. Cone under center, takes the snap, hands to Watson up the middle, slips inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. On a gain of about 5. Ben Mason, Aiden Hutchinson off the defensive line, getting their hands in there. 2nd and 5. Wisconsin at the Michigan 8. 28-0. The Badgers lead with 6:53 left in the 3rd quarter.
You have to love the right. Seltzer, the right guard, and Yadish. That was the defensive tackle actually jumped, got a really good jump, and they mauled him back 4 or 5 yards. Great combo block.
Yep. Chanel and Watson, I formation. Ferguson wing left, motions to the right. Hand off Chanel, the full back, and he plows his way inside the 5. Leaving him a couple of yards short. It's just old school right there. Throwing another punch, using the fullback, who is strong as a bull. 3rd down and 2, Wisconsin at the Michigan 5.
Tosh, how much did you like it when the point of attack was over you and the guard? I mean, because that's what's happening here with Biadic, Seltzner, and Bruss. That's
you love getting the combination blocks because you can really start rolling people back and it wears on you. And you are noticing there's a lot of rugby scrums. There's a lot of not getting guys on the ground. The line of scrimmage has been dominated by the boys up front.
Jonathan Taylor back in a tailback. On 3rd down, little option right, toss to Jonathan Taylor, trying to get the edge inside the 5, and Khalid Hudson busting over there, forcing Taylor out of bounds, but mark it at about the 2.5-yard line. That was a 3rd and 2 play, so they convert. They get the 1st down. 1st down goal to go for Wisconsin with 5:40 left in the 3rd quarter. 28-0, Wisconsin.
Really like the play call, mixing it up a little bit. I mean, Hudson's probably the only linebacker who knocks him out of bounds.
They're going to go ahead and take a replay look.
Too much flow, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta slow it down.
They had like 3 or 4 plays in a row.
It's exhausting.
Can't have too many plays in a row now.
Yeah, we got to replay. I mean, we got to review. If it's anything close, review it. Challenge it.
5:33 left in the third quarter. 28-0. Wisconsin. Just wait till college when you can review pass interference calls.
Oh,
like
that's going to be fantastic to get
awesome.
overtime. Yeah,
awesome.
I do think that was a nicely designed play because you have the jet sweep, which moves linebackers' eyes. You're thinking fullback dive, and then you're thinking, all right, we're going to run the option. And when you have a talent that you said that linebacker is actually did a really nice job because he's so talented. He is a man amongst boys on this field, and he got the corner, and we hope picked up the first down.
Yeah, he should be all right.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down and goal, Wisconsin.
Matt, we were watching practice all week and figured they'd go heavy on jet sweep today, but they've used it more as a decoy than anything else.
Yeah, they've been teasing it all day. Yeah, working on that a lot. And Jonathan Taylor. These two guys who can really run, Khalid Hudson, and you know about Jonathan Taylor, and he gets the first down. First and goal, Wisconsin, just outside the Michigan 2-yard line. Badgers continuing to dominate play here at Camp Randall Stadium. John Chanel in at fullback. Mason stocky wing to the right. Jonathan Taylor, the tailback. And the handoff goes to John Chanel, the fullback, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. John Chanel, the sophomore, out of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, makes it 34-0 Badgers with 5:13 left in quarter number 3.
He kind of body surfed there, used a Michigan player, I believe, as leverage to get into the end zone for that last thrust.
And Tyler Biotish, again, with a really nice reach block. That is not easy, what you're asking. And he, as they teach you, get your feet into the end zone. He continued to drive, and that allowed the touchdown to finish this thing off.
And there will be no replay review.
You sure? Let's make sure it gets kicked first.
I feel comfortable about that. Colin Larsh on to attempt the extra point. As this one-sided game continues in Madison. Larsh with the kick. It is in the air, and it is good.
Pay attention, Badger fans. It's time for the Badger Helmet Shuffle, presented by Pepsi. Looks like helmet number 3 was the correct choice today. Thanks for playing the Badger Helmet Shuffle, and a special thanks to Pepsi for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
At Kohl's, shopping is easier than ever. Drive up and we'll bring your order to you. Or buy online and get free store pickup. Use contactless payment through Kohl's Pay. And we'll pack and ship your Amazon returns for free. Shop any way you'd like at Kohl's.
Listen to News Talk 1310 WIBA AM and 101.5 WIBA FM. Or take the Badgers anywhere you go for free on the iHeart Radio app. News Talk 1310 WIBA AM and 101.5 WIBA FM. Your radio home for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Good Foods Group is celebrating the Wisconsin Badgers dream season by continuing their Sack Hunger campaign, making a contribution to No Kid Hungry for each historical sack. As a family-owned and Wisconsin-based company, Good Foods strives every day to better serve our community, our customers, and our world with simple, safe, delicious food. You can sack hunger with game day goodness by picking up Good Foods' no artificial anything guacs at your local Pick and Save store, via Instacart, or online at shop.goodfoods.com.
Booth engineer Kelton Turner keeping us in line in the studio as Zach Hintz kicking off, and this will sail well beyond the back line of the end zone. It's deeper and deeper. And the Wolverines with yet another touchback starting at their 25-yard line. 5:13 left in the third quarter, 35-0 Wisconsin.
One footnote on freshman Keanu Benton. When the Badgers have been in their base, he has been the starting nose guard. A year ago to today, he was playing with Janesville Craig at Breese Stevens against Madison East High School. Look how fast his world has changed.
Is that cliche? He doesn't look like a freshman. He's a big man. Dylan McCaffrey stays in at quarterback. 4 receivers, 2 either side. Christian Turner is the running back. And McCaffrey wants to throw and flush from the pocket to his left. Throwing, tipped up, almost intercepted. As this game moves along in the second half, it's clear that Michigan really needed to test its depth chart at the quarterback position. Mike, the explosiveness of a Zach Bond, you could just see that continuing to progress. The overall physicality of this Badgers defense, among other things, they were just dominating the line of scrimmage.
And they started by taking away something from Michigan, and that was the run. Wolverines wound up with only 40 rushing yards. The year before, as we pointed out, as a sort of a prelude to this game and this matchup, they ran for 320. The Badgers couldn't get off the field on third down. Michigan didn't convert on third down, 0 for 10. So you eliminate the tailback, it forces a lot of pressure on that quarterback to make plays through the air, and they wound up using 3 different quarterbacks with little nor success. 4 turnovers, far too much to overcome for any team.
Yeah, the Badgers continue to dominate this game, no doubt, making defensive coordinator Jim Leonard a pretty happy guy. McCaffrey takes the shotgun snap. Badgers bring in 4. McCaffrey, he'll run it, and he has some room. To the 30, to the 35, slides to the turf, and short of the first down. A penalty marker flies. You fear targeting here. We'll see.
First thing I thought.
He was sliding to the turf. The hit came from Eric Burrell.
I did think his helmet was to the side, though. I don't think it made flesh contact.
Here's the call. We'll go to the replay booth in all probability.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit on the sliding quarterback. 225, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
It would have gone to the replay booth automatically with targeting. It still could if they think there is reason. That was a pretty late slide there. That's a tough one, Tausch, I would think, for Eric Burrell. And I think now they're going to go upstairs to check for targeting. Let's see.
The play is under further review. After further review, number 25 of the defense targeted and hit the quarterback in the head with his helmet and forced his contact. Number 25 is disqualified from the remainder of the ball game. The 15-yard penalty has already been enforced as part of the dead ball late hit.
Again, one of the player safety initiatives that makes it very tough for defensive players as Burrell will make his way into the locker room. The student section trying to cheer on Burrell as he is a very upset young man right now.
Colin Wilder replacing Burrell at safety.
So that means Burrell will sit the first half of next week's game against Northwestern. Michigan at its own 49, 1st and 10. Handoff Zach Charbonnet, who gets across midfield. Zach Vaughn wraps him up at the 48 of Wisconsin on a gain of 3.
With the season-ending injury to Scott Nelson, that's a bit of a position you got to be concerned with depth, right?
Being
Safety.
tested. Yep. Wilder has made some plays in the first 2 games. Transfer from the University of Houston. 3:50 left in the third quarter. 35-0. Wisconsin leads Michigan. 2nd down and 7 for the Badger 48-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Shotgun snap. McCaffrey back to throw, has plenty of time and throws it over the middle to Bell. He'll catch inside the 45, inside the 40, and he'll twist his way near the 35 of Wisconsin. And that'll be a first down. They'll mark it the 36 of the Badgers.
Only 3-man pressure allowed McCaffrey just stand in the pocket, size up his wide receiver, and deliver.
Missed tackle, and you're flying around, breaking down, stay with it. A lot of times you get a little bit hyper here when you're up 35. Got a kind of big play that just happened, ejected your teammate, got to settle back in.
Placed at the 35 of Wisconsin, 1st and 10 for Michigan. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. McCaffrey takes, fakes the handoff to Turner, back to throw. McCaffrey 1 pump, now goes deep, right side, and diving for the interception try, but unable to get it is Reggie Pearson, 5 yards deep in the end zone. It's not good communication there. Bell got turned around. The pass way off target. And McCaffrey fortunate that wasn't picked off. 2nd and 10 Michigan at the Wisconsin 35-yard line.
I think with a quarterback like McCaffrey who's likely to scramble out of the pocket, you have to really respect the pass rush lanes, don't you?
You do.
44-yard touchdown run against Wisconsin last year. Appeared in 6 games before being injured and missed the rest of the season. McCaffrey fakes the handoff, floats to the left. Pass caught by Sean McEwen inside the 20 of Wisconsin. Colin Wilder jumps on his back, sends McEwen out of bounds at the 17 of Wisconsin. First down, Michigan. Badger defense has yet to give up a point. Michigan had a serious first quarter threat. Nothing doing since. This their first penetration into the red zone since that early first quarter possession. And McCaffrey's going to pull it. Runs off to the right inside the 15 and down to the 11. Flag is down. Ball is loose. They have another targeting here against Wisconsin.
Reggie Pearson.
Oh, McCaffrey went down hard. That was wicked. The ball did pop out. Hold everything. They're still trying to figure out who has the football here. And in the meantime, we have the penalty markers. We may have yet another targeting penalty.
That was an incredible collision.
Oh.
McCaffrey's still down on his back. Now he's going to be lifted up.
And that was with the shoulder from Pearson. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense number 2. Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, with the shoulder to the head. And again, this will be reviewed, so you either confirm it or overturn it. Jack Sanborn had McCaffrey wrapped up at the waist, and then Reggie Pearson came flying in with the shoulder to get McCaffrey up high.
Good Lord, the Badgers are going to be down 3 safeties for next week's first half against Northwestern.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 2 is disqualified from the remainder of the ball game. Half the distance to the goal. First down and 10 Michigan.
The Badgers down 2 safeties via targeting penalties in the 3rd quarter. Again, they'll miss the first half of next week's game against Northwestern. So in a game that's one-sided, the Badgers are running out of safeties.
Yeah, it just illustrates how difficult it is to play defense when you have an athletic quarterback like Michigan has. It puts a ton of extra pressure, and unfortunately a couple targeting calls.
Shea Patterson back in at quarterback on 1st and goal from the 6. Turner to his right. Patterson fakes the handoff. Looks, pressured, flush to his right, throws in zone. McEwen tight ropes the edge. Touchdown Michigan. Near the back right corner of the end zone. What a catch by Sean McEwen as the Badgers for the first time this season give up points.
The whole key to that play was the time that Patterson had in the pocket to roam, move, shuffle.
Extended the play, and
it
adds a ton of extra pressure to a defense. And Orr did a nice job of coming up to make him make the throw, but nice job by Patterson to extend that play.
So it's 35-6. Wisconsin with 2:08 left in quarter number 3. McEwen able to get a foot down.
You're going to chase points here, right?
Oh, yeah. Wolverines still down 29 here, so they will line up to go for 2. And for the first time this season, Wisconsin giving up points. There's an injured Michigan player
who caught the touchdown pass.
Yeah, he was all the way in the Michigan sideline area. He caught the ball at the opposite side of the field. Paul Christ was letting the officials hear it. He thought there was an ineligible man, an offensive lineman downfield on the touchdown throw, but it is a touchdown for Michigan. Charbonnet in the backfield. Wolverines go for 2. Patterson looks to throw, fires over the middle, caught by Tariq Black. Back line of the end zone, so they get the 6+2 As for the first time today, the first time this season, the Badgers allow points. We'll hold it here with 2:08 left in the third quarter. It's now Wisconsin 35, Michigan 8.
For news and updates about the Badgers, watch the Badgers Sports Report. Tune in Sunday mornings at 10:30 for exclusive features and interviews, insight, and more. The Badger Sports Report, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on NBC 15 in Madison.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America, and we'll navigate through this together.
Fans, keep tuning in and enjoy a classic fifth quarter presented by American Family Insurance.
Really liked your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee Aisles Online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs.
All right.
It won't happen again.
Okay. Hy-Vee Aisles Online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Jake Moody on the run-up, and he'll kick it away. Aaron Cruikshank will have a chance. He'll catch at the 3, ahead to the 5, 10, cutting left 15, and stumbling around into the turf. I think he ran into one of his own guys and stumbles to the turf inside the 15-yard line. Again, you don't get a lot of chances the way you used to with the kickoffs being where they are, but the Badgers still, it's been a while since they've gotten a lot done in the kick return game. They'll start at their 14-yard line. 2:02 left in the third quarter. Jonathan Taylor back in there for Wisconsin. He has 177 rushing yards on 17 carries, 2 touchdowns. Mason Stockey is the fullback. Cohn under center, takes the snap, hands to Taylor straight ahead across the 20 and slips up to the 23-yard line on a gain of 4. Carlo Kemp, defensive tackle, getting in there. Cam McGrone as well. 2nd and 6 for the Badgers at their own 18.
That was pure run blitz by Hudson and Glasgow. They came right up to the line of scrimmage. Said, here we are.
They're emptying the bucket, and that's great. You might get a tackle for a loss, but you know what also
break
might
off
happen?
A big play.
Got an 82-yarder up his sleeve here. Ball at the 18 of Wisconsin. 2nd down and 6. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. Taylor, the lone running back. Here's the handoff to Taylor off the left side and across the 20 outside the numbers. Gets escorted out of bounds by Brad Hawkins at the 22-yard line of the near side. 3rd down and 2 for Wisconsin. Minute 15 left in quarter number 3. 35-8 Wisconsin.
It's so fun to watch kind of the evolution of JT23, as we're calling him, because early in his career it was go, go, go. And that play right there just shows how far he's come. Lineman and tight end pulling around on a counter, and he patiently waited.
Michigan really slow at getting its personnel on the field. Play clock is at 5. Cohn takes on 3rd down. Handoff Taylor. 1st down to the 25. Slips a tackle. Jonathan Taylor up across the 30-yard line, and a 1st down run for the Badgers.
You notice that all day long, Michigan's had trouble substituting, whether it's offense or defense.
Yeah, it's been a little strange. 1st down for the Badgers at their 31-yard line. Coming up on 25 seconds left in the third quarter. No reason to run a play here. The Badgers will let the third quarter expire. Jonathan Taylor, 20 carries, 194 yards. Not a bad statement through 3 quarters, of which he has played 2.
The University of Wisconsin is pleased to partner with the American Family Children's Hospital. We salute all patients and their families during today's Dream Season game. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers. It's that time, Badger fans. It's time for the great student section race, presented by UW Continuing Studies.
came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down. Jump, jump, jump. Everybody jump. Jump, 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 jump. Everybody jump. Jump, jump, jump.
Jonathan Taylor remains in the game. Doesn't get a ton of fourth quarter carries, has yet to have one this season. Davis wide to the right. Here's the handoff to Taylor straight ahead. Now trying to slice through, and again, not much at the point of attack. He ends up getting 5 yards out of it. A little shift to his game, up across the 35 to the 36 on a gain of 5.
It goes back to what Tosh was talking about, his patience. His ability, his vision is still good, and his feet are so quick, but he's kind of slaloms upfield and picking his way and using his blocks.
Yeah, letting the block develop, and that's always the tricky thing when you have younger backs that come to college, because they've always been able to outrun everybody. You have to let things get set up, and JT has really picked that skill up.
Aiden Hutchinson on the tackle, 2nd down and 5 from the Badgers' 36-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Cone gives it to Taylor again, and trying to pick his way through and takes it up to the 39-yard line. Gets 3 more, and the Badgers have a 3rd down and 2. About a minute gone by, 4th quarter. 35-8. Wisconsin leads Michigan.
Michigan really pressing the line of scrimmage, figuring that the Badgers are going to try to run some clock now with this big lead in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the 3rd down, and that's been something that I'm sure Wisconsin continues to try to improve. They are 5 out of 10 today, which 50% is fantastic, and it's all because they've kept it 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
And they're also 3 out of 3 on 4th down. Backs offset. Yeah, that helps a lot. Taylor, the tailback. Jake Ferguson, the tight end. Motions right to left. Cone gives it to Taylor again up across the 40-yard line. Needs the 41 and trying to push the stack. Still no whistle yet. And now sent back. The ball came out. A scramble for it. And Michigan, like any defensive team will do, claiming it's going the other way.
There's no fumble. Forward progress was ruled.
Didn't hear the whistle, but there was one, and that you cannot review, by the way. When they blow the whistle saying progress is stopped, you can't review that. And now the question is, where was the progress stopped? They needed the 41, and they're right about there, maybe a little short of it.
Good luck spotting that. What's it like in a scrum like that?
It's fun.
Is it?
Really fun.
So it's 4th down, about a half yard to go. And this time Paul Chryst will go ahead and punt. They've gone for it, and it's worked 3 times today, but right now you probably don't need to be real cute.
No, and if I'm Michigan, I'm coming after the kicker, too. I'm coming after the punter. We'll see what they do.
Ronnie Bell is deep. Anthony Lottie set the punt. And whistle stop play. Flag.
Kicking team.
Yeah, they'll delay a game. Yep, play clock expired.
Been a little choppy second half here. Not a ton of flow, and a lot of reasons for that. The targeting, the penalties, the replays. It's something, you like getting into, especially when you have a big lead. What in the heck?
Michigan late the sub, but they didn't. The officials didn't let, or they were. You had to let him get set.
4th down.
So they'll re-rack.
Spot the ball, you can snap it.
Yeah.
Never saw a ref intercept a long snap before.
A solid effort. Pretty good hands.
Really good hands.
Yeah, but he did nothing with it after he had the ball.
No yards after catch.
So they'll try again to punt. Line of scrimmage to 36. And the Badgers get the kick away with Anthony Lottie. Ronnie Bell coming up on it. Catches the Michigan 24 across the 25. It gets tripped up and taken down there. Adam Bay, the long snapper, and Adam Krumholz getting down there in punt coverage. 39-yard punt. 2 on the return. Well, we haven't had a break for a while, so let's take one.
The Wisconsin football dream season is presented by American Family Insurance. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
been dreaming about this car since you were 8 policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Do you miss jumping around at Camp Randall? Well, American Family Insurance is on your team, and they're a fan of your dreams. Head over to amfam.com/Badgers for your chance to win 2021 season tickets, including one VIP football game day experience like no other. A special thanks to American Family Insurance for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
In the Michigan 27, 1st and 10, Shea Patterson throwing to Nick Eubanks, the tight end, and he gets cut down right away. Baun and Wilder, Zach Baun all over the field. No gain, 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines.
You know what's driving him too? I'll tell you who. Joe Schobert, T.J. Watt, Vince Spiegel, Leon Jacobs, guys who played at outside linebacker and he looked up to and wants to continue their legacy.
He paid attention. Leon Jacobs, by the way, in the house today on the sideline. Two receivers left, one on the right on 2nd and 10. Patterson to throw, winds up. He's it deep to the left. Wants Peoples Jones, incomplete. Blanket coverage from Rashad Wildgoose at the 35-yard line of the near side in Wisconsin territory. Been a quiet day for Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I can see where he is limited. He wasn't able to open up there, was he? He's a faster dude than what we just saw on that route.
Yeah, he's a good player. Foot injury kept him out the first 2 games. Michigan with a 3rd and 10 at its own 27-yard line. About 3 minutes gone by, 4th quarter. 35-8, Wisconsin. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. 3 receivers left. 1 on the right. Patterson looks over the Wisconsin defense, takes the snap, back to throw, pumps, looks, throws, left side, incomplete. Wanted Ronnie Bell. Wildgoose on the coverage for Wisconsin. Tyler Mace out there as well in the secondary as safety. If you're just checking in the 3rd quarter, the Badgers lost 2 safeties via targeting penalties. Reggie Pearson and Eric Burrell. 4th down and 10 for Michigan at its own 27-yard line. More your fan club here, Tausch?
Yeah, well,
you just
don't hate, Matt.
You know, no, I'm a little jealous. Just tell you. Will Hart on the punt. And Jack Dunn will catch at the 15-yard line. Dunn moving left across the 20. Slips a tackle. Dunn up to the 25-yard line. Nice return for Jack. About a 10-yard return, as a matter of fact. We'll take another break as Tausch continues to let the public admire him. Breaking the action with 11:49 remaining here at Camp Randall. Wisconsin 35, Michigan 8. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield IMG College.
It's time to check out today's Images of Game Day, presented by Johnsonville. Those great images from today's Dream Season game were presented by Johnsonville. A special thanks to Johnsonville for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee aisles online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Hy-Vee aisles online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Frederick Shaw now in the game at running back. Mason Stocky, the fullback. Wisconsin stays in there. Tyler Biadasz remains the anchor of the O-line as the center. Play clock is at 12. Plenty of time. Cone takes. Hands to Shaw. He's got room. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's to the 40 and cut down inside the 35 of Michigan by Brad Hawkins. Frederick Shaw. His first touch of the game and a big run to the 32 of Michigan.
That right guard and right tackle have been creating such big seams for the running backs.
A lot of push, and I think there was a case Michigan showed something in Cone and Tyler Biadasz. I think made some adjustments as far as what they were going to try to get done, and that led to a gaping hole on the right-hand side for the big long run.
Yeah, it was Erdman and Bruss opening
the hole for Shaw.
44-yard run, 1st and 10 Wisconsin at the Michigan 32-yard line. And here comes Shaw again, right side to the 30, and takes it down to the 25 of Michigan. Lavert Hill on the stop. A gain of 7, so Shaw doing some work. 2nd down and 3 for the Badgers with 10:50 remaining.
Getting our tailbacks to the 2nd level has been just a staple of what's happened today, and a lot of it is that great combination block work. We've talked a lot about whether it's Seltzner or Erdman and Bruss. The guys are just comboing up, getting up to their next level, and that is what's creating a lot of this positive yardage.
They're just punishing Michigan's defense here today. Shaw stays in there for the Michigan 25-yard line. As Cohn will give it to Bradrick again and again off the right side. He'll get the 1st down, taking it near the 20-yard line. Quiddy Pay is there along with Khalid Hudson. Devin Gill, a linebacker, getting in there as well. 1st down for the Badgers.
I don't want to take away anything from what Wisconsin's done, but it's pretty apparent that this Michigan defense without Winovich and Gary and Bush, just not the same. It's not like they can just replace that quality of an athlete and be as good. Can't do it.
Nope, at least not yet. We'll see how the season progresses, how much better this team gets. But if you're talking about talent disparity here, I think Wisconsin has a lot more of it, at least right now. On 1st down, penalty markers fly pre-snap.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 15 at the 26-yard line of Michigan with 9:51 remaining. 35-8. Wisconsin.
You never think it'd be 35-8 Wisconsin and the crowd would be so businesslike right now?
Yeah, Wisconsin has 357 rushing yards in this game. They're just pounded away. Nikhil Watson is the running back now to the left of Jack Cohn. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, motions to the right. Here's the handoff to Watson over the right side, inside the 25, lowers the pads and batters his way near the 20 of Michigan. A gain of 5 or 6. Devin Gill, the linebacker there. They'll mark at the 20-yard line of Michigan. Make it 2nd down and 9 for the Badgers. Ground and pound.
Tosh, we talked about Watson last week. He's still not at that point where he's comfortable being patient, allowing his blockers to set up the run. More so, he's just lowering his shoulder and trying to get as much as he can.
Yeah, and that just comes with reps. And that comes with the feel of understanding that the blocks will develop, and you have to let that happen. And then the only thing that can get is experience.
Brady Shipper in at running back. Cohn to throw, swings it right, and it's almost picked off. Incomplete. Intended for Shipper at the 25-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got his hands on it, tipped it a bit. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and 9 for the Badgers at the Michigan 20-yard line.
Yeah, the only time that we're really seeing Cohn get in any trouble is when he's predetermining things. And when he's back there and he's kind of going through his reads, he has been fantastic. But that was a case there where, all right, we're going to get rid of it. And that was very fortunate to not make that big play off of it when you're throwing it out to your tailback.
2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Shipper remains the running back. A.J. Taylor slot to the left on 3rd and 9 at the Michigan 20. Cohn takes the shotgun snap, looks to throw, looks pressured, and this time it gets sacked. Khalid Hudson gets to Cohn at the 31-yard line, so that's an 11-yard loss. And a little coaching point there. We'll go ahead and try the field goal, but instead of being 38 yards, this will be about a 48 or a 49-yard try for Colin Larsh.
Yeah, the point is get the ball out of your hands.
Yep.
It'll kick the field goal from where the ball was spotted originally.
48-yard field goal try. Right hash mark, getting Larsh some work. It's been limited, 1 for 3 in field goal tries so far. Lines are set. Connor Allen will hold. Adam Bay snaps. Here's a snap. The spot. Quickly's away. Plenty of distance. And he hit the upright. No good. Larsh trying to get it going in the field goal department. Tough chance there and hit the pipe from 48 yards away. And a timeout of the field. 7:56 remaining. Wisconsin 35, Michigan 8. Back in a moment. This is Badger football from Learfield IMG College.
Check out today's Power Through moment presented by Alliant Energy.
Trips to the left on first down. Hand off to Taylor. Cuts left. Has room. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Taylor to the 40. He's to the 30. Accelerates to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. 72 yards. And it's 13-0. Wisconsin.
That's today's Power Through moment presented by Alliant Energy. A special thanks to Alliant Energy for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
In these challenging, uncertain, uncharted times, you stand strong. No matter the conditions you face, you get the job done. You are the backbone of our communities.
Fans, keep tuning in and enjoy a classic fifth quarter presented by American Family Insurance.
First and 10 for the Wolverines. Trips to the right. And on first down, the handoff to Christian Turner up the middle, and he'll move the stack up to the 36-yard line for 5 hard yards for Turner. Yeah, I'm sure Colin will tell you he needs to knock him through, but in some fairness to him, of the 3 misses, he just missed from 48. Central Michigan, the miss was from 51, so there have been some pretty long pokes.
No doubt.
2 receivers right, 1 on the left on second down. Patterson takes the shotgun snap, winds up, heaves it deep down the right sideline. Nico Collins got it inside the 30-yard line. Penalty marker down. Fayon Hicks over on the coverage, and Hicks claiming this might be against the offense. We'll see if that campaign of his will be accurate. I think it might.
Pass interference, offense number 4. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Nico Collins, junior out of Birmingham, Alabama, so a big hit in the passing game comes back. That kind of day for Michigan. Oh, they'll be talking in the state of Michigan. Beat Army in double overtime, which Army's good. Oklahoma found that out firsthand last year, but Michigan offense hasn't clicked. The defense today has been abused. Michigan back at his 21-yard line, first and 20, or second and 20. Patterson hit as he throws. This floats up in the air, and it is caught by Tariq Black. A contested catch. Tight coverage from Fayon Hicks. What a play. On Patterson hanging in there in the pocket. He got drilled, and then Black going up and getting it, defeating Fayon Hicks for a first down at the Badger 47.
I don't know what was more impressive, the throw by Patterson knowing that he was going to get hit, or the catch, which was awfully impressive.
That interception written all over it, but that's not the case. 6:40 to play. First and 10 at the Badger 47. Patterson again throwing, shoots it to the left. Nico Collins will catch inside the 40, and he is brought down at the 36-yard line. Colin Wilder over there helping out Hicks. Another first down for the Wolverines with 6.5 minutes to play. 35-8 Wisconsin. Wolverines just trying to get some things settled on the offensive side of the ball. Touchdown late in the third quarter, driving in the fourth. Patterson to throw, looks, throws, left sideline. Collins the catch, inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. First and goal. Ron Harrell on the coverage. First down, goal to go inside the 5-yard line. No mark at the 4.
It's another beautiful throw, back shoulder catch on the boundary by Collins. Well executed both sides, both ends rather.
3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Christian Turner, the running back. Blitz coming. Patterson throwing over the middle. Oh, at the goal line, knocked down, incomplete. Flag down. Colin Wilder covering Nick Eubanks, and apparently getting there a little bit early. Pass interference against Wisconsin coming up.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding defense number 18.
There you go.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Stand corrected. First and goal at the 2. So as we often say in one-sided games, a number of coaching points for Paul Christ and his staff. Moving forward. First down, goal to go. And a handoff to Hassan Haskins, and he gets labeled behind the line of scrimmage.
Wonder who?
Zach Bond yet again.
Man.
Mercy. Hassan Haskins, a sophomore out of Missouri, gets greeted rudely by Zach Bond. Second and goal, Michigan at the 5.
I think by now they'd recognize who they might want to block.
It almost looked like he called his shot. He said, hey, I'm coming in that gap. I'm going to beat you across your face and go make a play. And that's what he did.
The receivers to the right. Patterson back to throw. Pressure coming. Patterson steps up and floats one away, well over everybody. Third and goal, Michigan at the 5-yard line. Badger defense going to make the Wolverines earn it. Hassan Haskins remains in at running back. 5:14 remaining, 35-8, Wisconsin. Crowd urging on the defense to keep Michigan out of the end zone. Tariq Black to the right, Nico Collins to the left. Pressure coming again on Patterson. Flushed off to his right. Benton chasing, Sanborn chasing. Patterson throws. It is broken up in the end zone, 5 yards deep by Wilder. It was intended for Nick Eubanks. Fourth and goal, Michigan at the 5 with 5:06 to play.
Really good coverage by Wilder. I mean, he stayed with his man. I mean, he probably realized he's going to be on the field next Saturday against Northwestern, but just smart heads-up play. Didn't give the quarterback, Patterson, any window to throw that ball into.
And those targeting penalties in the third quarter against Reggie Pearson and Eric Burrell. They will have to sit the first half of that game next week against Northwestern. Fourth and goal, Michigan at the 5. Three receivers to the right. Collins, Peoples-Jones, Eubanks, and they have Tariq Black to the left. Haskins, the running back. Patterson to throw. Badgers bring forward. Patterson, lots of time. Now moves off to his right. In pursuit is Loudermilk. Patterson throws. End zone. Caught. Peoples-Jones. Back line of the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. So the Wolverines convert on fourth and goal, and they're in for the second time today. Make it 35-14, Wisconsin. 4:56 to play.
It's hard to hold your coverage that long when the quarterback has that much time to just scramble on the backfield, which he was able to do rolling right. And you look at close-ups on Patterson, he's hurting. He's in pain.
Yeah. You give him a ton of credit. He has taken some monster licks. And noteworthy to say, number 56 not on the field on that play. A lot of added time.
They go for two. Patterson rolling right, looking, throws off the back foot, and it will be knocked away, incomplete, or picked off actually in the end zone. Getting there was Colin Wilder. It was intended for Eubanks, so they missed the two-point conversion this time. And we'll take a break with 4 minutes and 56 seconds to play. We'll step out. Wisconsin 35, Michigan 14. Back in 1 minute. This is Badger football from Learfield IMG College.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created challenging and unprecedented times as we seek to remain a leader in every aspect of our department. Now more than ever is the time we need your support. Please consider making a gift to help the Badgers continue raising trophies, developing student athletes that make us proud, and keep the world watching when we jump around. Jack Dunn is at the 30. So here we go. Onside attempt perhaps. And it'll be Moody looking for the bounce, and it goes off of Orr. It's loose at the 45. Let's see. They'll have to peel off the bodies here. Michigan claiming it has it. And it does. Michigan handles the onside kick. It went off of the linebacker, Chris Orr. So the Michigan offense back on the field with 4:54 remaining.
It's short hopped Orr.
Went off of Orr and bounced back a yard, but once it hits off a defender, it doesn't matter if it goes 10. Michigan starts at its own 44-yard line. It actually hit Orr at the 46 and then went back a couple of yards. So the day's work not done for the Badger defense. Patterson brings him back out there. 4 receivers to either side. Christian Turner, the running back. On 1st and 10, Patterson to throw. Badgers sending forward. Patterson floats it over the middle. It's incomplete. Peoples-Jones, the intended receiver, ball overthrown, went off the hand. Trying to make a diving attempt at a pick was Colin Wilder. 2nd and 10, Michigan at zone 44. 4:49 remaining. 35-14, Wisconsin. Badgers scored the game's first 35 points. Michigan still trying to punch late in the game. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Snap to Patterson. Badgers send 5. Patterson throwing under pressure, incomplete. Wanted Eubanks. Wilder on the coverage. Make it 3rd and 10, Michigan. From the Wolverines 44-yard line with 4:44 to play.
I don't think Patterson's interested in getting any more contact this afternoon.
Don't blame him.
Vaughn's jersey was being pulled as he was getting to the QB.
Yeah, Michigan is trying to slow him down. They left the tight end over off of the right tackle's hip to try to impede him, and Vaughn still found a way to slither through and get a hit on Patterson.
Patterson 11-25, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left on 3rd down. Badgers send 4, a throw to the left, knocked down, intended for Nico Collins. Oh, that is good work by Jaron Harrell, just bats it away. And the Wolverines have a 4th and 10 at their own 44-yard line with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And here we go. Michigan 1 of 1 in 4th down tries. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Christian Turner, the running back to the right of Shea Patterson. Snap to Patterson. Badgers send 4. Patterson steps up, throws over the middle, and that's caught by Tariq Black at the 40. Cutting to his left, breaking a tackle down to the 36 of Wisconsin. Jaron Harrell on the stop. And a 4th down conversion for Michigan with 4.5 minutes to play. 1st and 10 at the Badger 36. The Wolverines fighting to the bitter end. 35-14 Wisconsin. 3 receivers right, 1 on the left. Patterson scans the Wisconsin defense, calls for the ball, takes the snap. Badgers send 4. Right side pass, it's incomplete, wide of Tariq Black, who fell down anyway at the 27 of Wisconsin. Caesar Williams on the coverage. 2nd and 10, Michigan at the Wisconsin 36.
Probably the 2 most frustrated people in the stadium right now are in the locker room. That'd be Burrell and Pearson, who can't do anything about ending this game.
Safety depth being tested. Those 2 ejected in the 3rd quarter. Targeting penalties. 4:09 to play. 21-point Wisconsin lead. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Snap to Patterson. Badgers rush 3. Patterson throws to the right. Caught. Noah Burks just unloaded on the receiver at the 33-yard line. Cornelius Johnson. 3 yards, and he paid for it at the Wisconsin 33-yard line. 3rd and 7. Michigan gets right back on the ball with 3:50 to play. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. 3rd and 7 in the Badger 33. Snap to Patterson. Looking, has lots of time, scanning. Now pressured by Orr. Gets some help. Patterson flips it to John Runyon, the tackle, and he gets it knocked loose. Ben Bredesen will pounce. Penalty markers everywhere.
That's fun.
I was going to say, who got the biggest kick out of that? None other than Mark Tauscher. Jack Sanborn knocking it away.
Pretty good hands
from the gifted runner.
Patterson says, "I had enough, man. Runyon here, you just got beat. You take it." And of course,
he's all day ineligible, but it's fun. Here's the call.
There's no foul on the play. It was a backwards pass.
There you go.
The result of the play is Michigan's football at this spot, 4th down.
So it's 4th down at the Wisconsin 42-yard line. Ben Bredesen ended up pouncing on the loose ball. The junior out of Heartland, Wisconsin. Very good guard for the Wolverines. 3.5 minutes remaining. Michigan with a 4th down and 16 at the Wisconsin 42-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers rights. Badger defense trying to get off the field. Snap to Patterson. Badgers rushing forward. Patterson throws to the right, and it is caught by Collins. Penalty marker flies. Williams on the coverage. Collins down to the 19-yard line of Wisconsin. Michigan getting some contested balls here in this 4th quarter.
Interference, defense number 21. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a 1st down.
So more coaching points for defensive coordinator Jim Leonard. 35-14 Wisconsin. 3:14 remaining. 1st and 10 Wolverines at the Badgers 19-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Hassan Haskins, the running back, to the left of Patterson. Patterson takes the snap. Badgers rush 4. Patterson throws left side, wants Black, and he comes up with a touchdown, Michigan. Left edge of the end zone. Little tug of war going on for the football, but they give Black the catch and the touchdown. Dante Burton down there on coverage, so Michigan has put 20 on the board here in the 2nd half. 3:02 remaining. 35-20 Wisconsin.
I'll say this, Patterson's made some gorgeous throws.
He has.
I mean, there hadn't been a whole lot of room. And the receivers have done their part, too, by making some tough catches.
They're going to review
this. The field is a touchdown. That play is under further review. After further review, the ruling on the field has changed. The receiver did not control the ball through the process of the catch, and the ball hit the ground. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Even with that overturned, we are seeing the athleticism of these Michigan receivers, though. Now, it's late. Michigan's been playing from way behind all day, but you get an idea how good Collins is, how good Tariq Black, who's been injury plagued in his career. A lot of foot problems. His games have been limited. Donovan Peoples-Jones, very, very good. 2nd down and 10, Michigan at the Wisconsin 19-yard line. Trips to the left. Patterson takes the snap. Badgers rush 4, and the ball's knocked loose inside the 20, and the Badgers will recover yet again. Want to fill in the blank, Mark? Or Mike? Who forced it?
Wow. Zach Bond.
One more time. Bond knocks it loose or recovers, and the Badger defense forces yet another turnover.
It's kind of poetic justice that this would end this drive, that Zach Bond, who's done just about everything here today, would make one last play.
Just as dominant of a performance. This reminds me of the Joe Schobert game. I don't know how many years where it was just every
against
play. And then
Iowa.
He closed the game out. Very similar big-time performance today from Bond.
Jim Harbaugh was trying to claim that Patterson was in the motion of passing. I don't think he was. But
well, let's go to replay.
Yeah, I bet they'll review.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm him, I would at least make the argument, but it looks like we may be replay free on that. It's a miracle.
Oh, okay.
2:55 remaining, 35-14 Wisconsin. And the Badger offense back on the field. Nikhil Watson is the tailback. Mason Stockey the fullback. And they hand off to Watson into the line, up to the 20-yard line on a gain of 4. If you're just checking in, Garrett Groshek had to leave the game in the 2nd half, a right leg injury. Suffered it on a long run, a 23-yard run, in fact. Michigan using a timeout because why not? 2:50 to play, 35-14, Wisconsin.
Get the latest updates about the Badgers each week on the Wisconsin Happy Hour radio show, presented by the Great Dane Pub and Brewery. Tune in each Thursday night at 6 for news, insight, and more. Listen in the Madison area on News Talk 1310 WIBA AM, throughout Wisconsin on the Badger Radio Network, or wherever you are on the free iHeartRadio app.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
It's time to guess the attendance, presented by Temperature Systems. Do you remember the attendance from today's Dream Season game? Thanks for playing Guess the Attendance, presented by Temperature Systems. A special thanks to Temperature Systems for their support of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Well, the 21 of Wisconsin, 3rd down and 5, and Cohn will give it to Brady Shipper, who will get up near the 25-yard line. That'll be short of the 1st down. Western and Michigan State, Kent State non-conference game. Anthony Lottie punting it away. Ronnie Bell drifting back. This was hit well. He'll catch at the 22, across the 25. Bell to the 30-yard line, up to the 34, and he is cut down there. So the Wolverines without any timeouts, 2 minutes and 28 seconds to play.
I mean, one thing we learned today is you will rarely win in this league if you're so one-dimensional on offense. And Michigan could not run the football. Don't know what the status is of their freshman tailback, but he was limited to blocking sequences and 1 carry. So that Badgers took that away from him.
Yeah, Michigan's defense got beat up today too.
Yes,
Wisconsin
they did.
Really pounded away. It was 28-0
both sides of the ball.
Half. Yeah, they really did.
Up front, I mean, Vaughn has been unblockable. He has been just wreaking havoc, and the running game for Michigan has been non-existent.
And the Wolverines will send Joe Milton, sophomore out of Florida. He is now the quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Milton looking to throw. Flush to his right, and he will tuck it and be chased out of bounds by Chris Orr, shy of the 35-yard line.
I do think the defense answered some questions, though, today.
Yes.
Because we really didn't know after South Florida or Central Michigan how good they were, despite the shutouts and despite limiting those teams. I thought today we saw the potential for this defense be really, really good.
And more and more people are going to get familiar with the name Zach Vaughn, that's for sure. 2nd and 10, Michigan at its own 34-yard line. Milton takes the snap, steps up, and he'll run it to the 35-yard line, and Milton rolls to the turf at the 40 on a gain of 6. 3rd down and 4 for Michigan with 1:50 to play, 35-14. Wisconsin.
It's almost fair to say, too, the cliche, the best defense today really was Wisconsin's offense that held on to the ball, kept it away from Michigan.
The time of possession been crazy. Badgers had it for nearly 40 minutes in this game. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. 3rd and 4, Michigan. Milton back to throw, and a pass broken up. Jack Sanborn got a hand on it. Coming in hot there to Jack getting into the backfield, and it's now 4th down and 4 for the Wolverines at their own 40 with 1:29 to play. Wanted to screen there, it looked like, and just blew up. Saint Rusil was the intended receiver. He was one of 3 receivers to the left. 4th down and 4, Michigan at its own 40-yard line. Phil Milton, 6'5", 245-pound sophomore quarterback. Takes the snap. Badgers bring in 4. Milton with time. Throws. Picked off at the 45. Colin Wilder to the 50 and into Michigan territory near the 45-yard line. Thanks. Have a great day. Wisconsin ready to close out this Big Ten opener with a very convincing win against the Michigan Wolverines.
Nice way to end it with a turnover, a takeaway. Wilder does have some instincts, doesn't he? He seems to be in the right place. I don't know what type of athleticism he has, but I think he's kind of the savvy type that Jimmy Leonard can get a lot out of.
That's his 2nd interception. He had one in the opener against South Florida. Badgers can go ahead and go into every coach's favorite formation, the victory formation. 1:20 to play. Michigan out of timeouts. Jack Cohn will bring him up. He was 13 of 16 through the air. Jonathan Taylor, 23 carries, 203 yards and 2 touchdowns as Cohn takes and drops to a knee. He'll need to do that one more time. We have 1:10 to play. 35-14 Wisconsin.
One of the talking points will be how Wisconsin responded offensively without Jonathan Taylor in the second quarter.
Big time.
It didn't slow them down.
Absolutely.
They kept pounding Michigan. I think that was a critical stretch, I thought.
Well, absolutely. Had 2 touchdown drives in that second quarter without Jonathan. Play clock at 15, game clock at 51 seconds. So they get it to under 40 on the game clock, and they can run this final snap. Ball at the 47-yard line of Michigan. This will be the game's final play. Cohn takes the knee, and the Wisconsin Badgers dominate Michigan. Once again, scoring on their first possession of the game and not stopping. So a dominant performance for the Wisconsin Badgers, defeating Michigan 35-14. And quite honestly, the game wasn't that close. Among other things, Mike, Jonathan Taylor, people had a pretty good idea that he's decent. Another 200-yard rushing game. He had a few of those and really just was a big part of the win again for Wisconsin.
He accomplished 200-plus yards and didn't play in the second quarter and played very little in the fourth quarter. A thing of beauty, though, was that 72-yard touchdown run. Because we've all talked about Jonathan Taylor's speed, but on a national stage, I think he really displayed it. Once he got into the open, there was nobody on the field for Michigan that was going to be able to catch him. And if you want to talk about a statement, that run in this game, pretty big statement for JT.
So a great way to start the Big Ten season. National television audience, a vocal stripe-out crowd at Camp Randall Stadium. And, Mike, the Badgers continue to really take care of business against the Maize and Blue in Madison.
5 straight home wins over Michigan dating back to 2005. 5 different quarterbacks have executed a successful game plan against the Wolverines at Camp Randall Stadium.
That's a sneaky little stat I think Badger fans will enjoy, the winning ways against the Michigan Wolverines at Camp Randall Stadium. That will do it for this week's edition of the Dream Season. Time now for the 5th quarter, presented by American Family Insurance.